Hello, hello.
Yeah, hello, my belle. How are you tonight?
I tried to spike my hair and it went all wrong. I got so much mousse in this shit. I was just like, I can't do this. I had to go to like a bar. I can't even hold my arms up long enough. I'm like trying to do with the curler. I have different crimpers and I'm crimping and crimping. And then I come out, my hair's like standing up like electricity. And it's all standing up all over the place. And I'm trying to pat it down. Then I think it looks good. What always happens? I come sit in front of this motherfucking computer. I see my face on here, my hair, and I'm like, no, now the bobby pins are coming out. I'm shaking the hair out. It's always
she comes out looking like this.
That's it. And people let me go on YouTube looking like that. That's what I think's hysterical. Oh, damn.
Hey, Dill.
Like the other night. Texas Granny, hello. Laura, we have Christine in the house. The link is pinned if you want to come up. Dale C, nice to see you. Daniel, nice to see you. Johnny Vision Light, always nice to see you. Oh boy, I'm just. You would think like I was just running marathons today, building houses and fucking feeding the needy and. Oh my goodness.
Hey, homegrown. Hey, Laura.
Homegrown's not feeling too well. Love you some too. I sent you the link just in case you come up on Avatar. But
was he under the weather?
Yeah, he's not feeling well. Lacey should be up, and she's under the weather a little bit too. I think it's this time of year as well. The fucking cold and the I don't fucking know what it is. I have no clue. I have no answers for anything. Not me. Johnny, I sent you a link as well. Crime. And Leanne. Wait, is Farmer Fred here? Oh, Captain Crime. Okay, Captain Crime. Hi, Captain Crime. I thought Farmer Feets, Freddie Feets was here. Has Freddie Feets ever been up on our panel?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, right? We got to get him over here. You got to come say hello. Plus Noelle. I need Noelle. Like, that bitch is some funny motherfucker. I don't care what she's doing or what she's about. She is funny. I don't mean to laugh, but it is kind of funny. And then she told Jim he's ugly and she started crying because he was so ugly.
She told Mr. X, fuck off.
And he's like, well, I don't think I'm that ugly. And then Lacey reminded me, I almost pissed myself when she said you're a predator. And Jim was so serious. He's like, a predator of what? What am I predating? Like, Oh my God, that was some hysterical fucking shit. I thought it was great. I think she's hey Don, I think she's a really nice young woman. I do believe she does have Asperger's. She's on the higher spectrum. And everything Jim was saying to her was true. He was talking to her like anybody else. Why wouldn't we talk to her like anybody else? And emotionally, I guess that's how you do grow. And it's unfortunate that too much stimulation gets to her. I'd rather have her have two straws going. You know what I mean?
Because she is Christine says she's not good tonight. I just found out about one of my friends. I'm sorry, Christine.
We're sorry, Christine. I hope nobody died or anything. Because that's always not a good thing.
No.
Right? I'm just saying, I think it's not a good thing. But anyways. So what I can't help but think of certain things that have been happening. Jonelle put up I don't know, she's spy camming or she got her man there. I don't know. They're supposed to come over. I'm not sure. But she got her spy cam up. I'm not quite sure what's happening over there. She didn't want me to get upset, that she was going on at the same time I was going on or something. And I'm like, I'm not worried about it. Spy cam all you want. So I don't know what that crazy bitch is doing. I love it. Hey, Queen. He just found out he got Crohn's disease. Okay, it's not fun, but it can be manageable, Christine.
Yeah.
It can be manageable. So there's hope there. A lot of medications, a lot of doctors, go to gastroenterologist.
Yeah, donkey. She said it did come from Timu.
Yes, I had to look up the instructions because she calls me, Bell. I got it, but I got a problem. The instructions are in Spanish and Japanese. I'm thinking, you're calling the wrong fucking El Avion, La Blanca, Hamburguesas, La Playa. That's all you're getting from me, Rojo. Pantalones. I don't know. So I Googled for her and I put Timu, an American, but I think it's kind of easy, but there's wires and she has to hook up two, but she can't. I'm not quite sure what all this is about. And then I told her, well, talk to Johnny, because that's where I think Johnny got his, right?
Yeah. I don't know, Texas Granny. I haven't seen that ditzy lady tonight.
Which one?
The
Leanne?
the ditzy lady.
That's Leanne, right?
Leanne.
Yeah, I did send her a link so she knows she's welcome. She's always a hoot.
Oh,
I
I'm
told
glad
her
that I'm
on the
glad to
spot.
know that you know that it's Leanne.
Listen, I'm in on it. I understand. I get it. I know. I could pick
She
up on
hate
things.
Leanne doesn't like me.
No, she really doesn't. She told me in
No.
private. She's just
Yep.
like, look, I can't take crazy Brett, calling
Yep.
me Itsy and shit.
Yep.
Ready to, cut it
She
off. But maybe we
she's
could have a big fight on YouTube. Maybe
yeah,
we could have some
she's
excitement.
just
Maybe you two could
a
go at each other.
bully. Oh.
Right? What?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what are you saying?
What happened here? Did my internet go crazy or did yours?
No, yours did.
Oh. Mom, don't let Leanne come in chat. I know. She's a bully.
No, I'm gonna ban her from the panel. That's it. No Leanne's. How you doing? Nice to see
Okay,
you. How
good.
you
Thanks,
doing?
Texas Granny.
I like that name. How you doing? So, I've been thinking, and
Yeah.
that's dangerous. What?
No, I said yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead. Finish.
when I was on Joe Nell's and, we got talking because I knew Sugar Plum. Well, there was a fake me in there. And so Jonelle was calling all the troops, and I got the message through smoke signals in New York. And I called, I hopped up on panel, and somebody was pretending to be me or whatever. They porn bombed her with my name, but it was Wendy Beccarelli they porn bombed me with, and her. And then we just started talking about the depression, the medication, and Sugar Plum came up, and there were a few people in chat that found that it would be an interesting conversation. I'm not saying tonight, but I think that that's a conversation I would like to have. I want to ask the chat I love just coming in and bullshitting, and we could bullshit about anything and everything. That being said, I want to do some more, real life shit that we're really going through. It doesn't have to be horrendous. I mean, it can. I don't mind that. But just real life, I was talking to somebody the other day and just feeling a void, being a woman, getting older, 30s, 40s, 50s. What is the difference? I know we have some 60-year-olds, that follow. And I was just curious, like any thoughts or any, I mean, I could make a poll, but I wouldn't even know what to say in the fucking poll. So just what any ideas you might have that you would be interested in that the chat would interact with. So we know that we're not alone and we're going through the same fucking bullshit. And we're a bunch of women. We're mostly women, we
Right,
have our
right.
men and a lot of men seem very supportive of us. And they even understand some stuff. So I would want to know, definitely what everybody thinks about.
Yeah,
And
it'd be nice to have you guys give us some ideas of topics, something that would be interesting and beneficial to others.
because you know me, I'll pick a topic, sex at the Tunnel Club in 1990s. This will be the shit I'd be picking.
Queen says once a week do a at Bellevue check-in for mental health.
Wow, I love that. Okay, let me take a snap of that.
Oh wait, I'll put it back up. There you go.
Yeah, hold on. Thank you, Queen. Very good idea. I think I'll do that once a week. I think that's fantastic. Thank you. Her
Hey,
haircut
Steffers.
is sharper than her video. LOL. Indiana, whose haircut? My haircut? Listen, I tried to poke it and prick it and do everything, guys. Whoever missed it, wait, I wet my knickers at Bellevue. Okay, so we can talk about that now. Is this an emotional thing? Is this a prostate thing? We could get into it. Hey, Ken, nice to see you. Oh, enormous cock. That always makes me laugh. Enormous cock. They made a couple of comments a while back, and I just pissed myself. I don't even know if they were being mean or not because I seen enormous cock and I was laughing too hard to be concerned about what they were saying. Tasha T, but I'm glad, enormous cock, you're a sub. That's very nice. I don't think 10 minutes went by yet. So, oh yeah, it did. It's 11:58 now. I mean, minute time. It's 9:11 p.m. here. So, yeah, Tasha T. So, Queen, yeah. So, anybody else? No, seriously, the men. What about the men?
Yeah,
men talk about shit.
Yeah, it would be nice for the men to have some topics that they want to hear, and let them, have men up on the panel and talk about certain things. Not always just women, right?
Absolutely. Well, we always have men up here anyway, but
Yeah.
make it more of a
Hey,
man-focused
Tasha.
show, a male-focused show, and topics. And I don't even care if it was like sports, but you're trying to teach a little bit, which I don't think I could understand. If somebody could teach me chess on here, I would love it. I'm great at checkers, but not. I mean, mentally, I'm good at chess, but not really with my hands. But I think that's a great idea too. And there's a lot of
Yeah.
men that have been open with us, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you all for being open about a lot of things.
Yeah. I don't even know the first thing about chess.
No, me. I know a little bit. Help me handle my wife for men. Help me handle my wife for men. That would be a great idea, right? Getting some advice. Like, look how many times homegrown. That's what I love about him. I could ask him anything. It could be about sex. It could be about relationship. It could be about hard shit, real shit, whatever. He just fucking answers the question. And and he'll say, this is how I feel. And we may not agree with it, but that's the male perspective. And it's just so fascinating to me that we are such different creatures, yet we're so wildly attracted to each other.
Right.
Yeah, Better Business Bureau left me off the phone when I complained a certain hairdresser nicked my nuts on the last clip. Enormous cock. You used that last time too, and that was fucking funny. I know who you're talking about too. I know. I wouldn't recommend her at all. Hello, Lacey.
Hello,
Hey,
ladies.
Lacey. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
We're
I'm
trying to
just
come up
here.
with ideas. How you feeling?
I don't know. I'm not like I enjoy the holidays. I don't enjoy the cold. I
Yeah.
do get overwhelmed around this time of the year. So it's kind of like I'm just here, but I'm not here mentally, lately. I don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I
Hey,
understand
Katie.
for different reasons. I'm here, but I'm not. I understand it completely. Hello,
Yep.
Katie.
Absolutely off the wagon live right now. Get over to Bellevue's. I don't know. My
What the fuck is that?
Oh, God. The Ditzy girl's here. Look out.
Oh, Leanne,
Leah.
yay. I
I
want to see
love
you
her.
fight with crazy fight, crazy Brad. Fight. Come on,
Hey,
Yeah.
need some action, right?
hey,
Leanne hates me.
Laura.
Hey,
And
Carol,
Texas
Tasha.
Granny Carol.
Nice to see everybody. Ken is so hooked on my cucumbers, and I love
Oh,
it.
God. Let's put the cucumbers. Let's have a funeral. That's another one you should do. Episode for a funeral for the cucumbers. Bury them, Belle.
Yes, let's bury the cucumber. I'm
Oh,
past my cucumber
yes.
stage. Yes, that's a brilliant idea. We will go outside. You can't burn a cucumber. Maybe I could dig a hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
you could still burn it.
Really?
I don't
Why?
know.
It's all wet and juicy. What do you mean?
Oh God, you're still not over the cucumber.
I'm over the cucumbers. Trust me. It's just so funny that how something sticks. And Ken, there's no. I think it's adoring. I thank you, but I think it's a wonderful idea. We're gonna bury the cucumber once and for all. We'll come up with
Yes.
something else to
Yes.
get everybody talking about. Hey, Tony Dolby. Tony Dolby.
Oh, he's my neighbor. You know, he's from the city I live in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like Tony. He's very nice.
Nice to see you, Tony. Be good to our girl. Have to come kick your ass. Not me. I can't kick anybody's ass. I'll only curse you out. But maybe we'll get Leanne and Crazy Brat. Leanne,
What?
get up here. Hey, oh my God, Terry.
Hey, Terry.
How are you? I miss you. Come up and say hello. Shit. It's
I
been a
haven't seen
long
Terry
time.
forever.
I know. I hope you're doing well, Terry. I miss you. Oh my God. It's been a long time. You know, I probably said this before. I think it was on another show or here. I can't remember. But I was telling Crazy Brat that, you know, being on YouTube, yes, 6 months I was just like a spectator. I just chatted. But when I started the channel, since that October 31st, it's 528 shows. Okay. And I'm at 2 years and 2 months. And it seems like, seriously, like 10 years. I feel like I've been on here fucking forever.
I know.
And ever and ever. How do you feel, Leanne? You ditzy blonde.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be up here with that ditzy Bia.
Yeah, I don't know
Push her
why
off
you're up.
the panel, Belle.
Why are you even here? You ditzy blonde.
Fuck you. No, fuck you. No. Get her off.
Fuck
Fuck you.
you.
I'm leaving.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, ditzy.
Damn, I'm running away. That scared me.
You know what I love? Fuck you and the cunt you came in with.
And
That
we
was a
got
good line.
smelly
Fuck
H-y
you and the
lachy.
cunt.
You smell me through
Wait,
the phone?
Leachy?
Smelly H-y lachy.
Oh,
Oh, I
Leachy.
thought it was Snaky H or something.
Oh, there you go.
Is it Snaky H? Yeah.
Belle, I'm getting drunk as hell, so I'm good, sweet thing. You are a good, sweet thing, Terry M. I'd never know you not drinking. I adore you. Yes, we had
Priest
a
Bob.
small conversation. Yeah, Bob, it'd be nice to have Bob to come over. A small conversation with Lacey, and we were talking about, well, we weren't talking. It was just how Just Observing went off her fucking
Oh God.
mental case again, just like torturing people. Like, leave people alone. You know what I mean? Like, go about you. Not that not that it ruins anybody's lives or we're losing sleep over it. It's just she's like a phenomenon. She's like a fucking the biggest mental. I don't know. And now she's after Lacey.
Yeah, well,
I said a lot. Come after me. What?
I didn't say anything, but the account Hate Train, which I didn't know, I was on the fence about. I didn't know if it was
Oh,
her
it's
or
her.
not. She's claiming it's not. You know, left me a very rude comment on Bob's. And so I said in Jonelle's, if she wanted to start up again, then we can go. And she apologized, said it wasn't her. So I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Oh no, it's her. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's her. She's so stupid that she didn't even change the way she fucking says things. Hey, Steffers, you could see it a mile away with that cunt bag. Hey, Wombs Mom, nice to see you. Thank you for
Hey,
your
Stacey.
kind words.
Hey, Stacy.
Oh, let's
Hey,
hope.
Hey,
Cluckers.
Jane.
Is that Jim? It could
Yeah,
Are
it's
we
me.
gonna
big
are we
black cock coming my way.
Yeah, it's
no
me.
big Latina
Jimmy owes
cooch?
me money.
No, you
Jimmy
would get
owes
that
me
either way,
money.
Belle. You would get that either way, Belle.
The big black cock.
Now, listen. Let's get to some brass tacks here. First of all, you guys are talking about Just Observing. What about Crystal Ann getting off her fucking meds, I guess, today? Did you see that? I started getting phone calls about this afternoon. She was writing theses and dissertations about me. Did you guys see this?
No.
No.
Oh, look at her community page.
Hi,
Hello,
Bob. Hi,
everybody.
Johnny.
Is that
Hey,
really the real
Bob.
Bob?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, Bob and
Johnny.
Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Jim. Hey, Lacey. Hey, Brad.
You know what?
Hey,
I'll have to
Lynn.
go and look. I haven't
Hi,
checked her
Johnny.
page, Jim. I'll have to go and see. Like, why is she on you?
I didn't
Well,
read
the
it.
last couple days before Jim, she was talking about me, so that wasn't very good because I've been her friend for a long time.
What was she saying about you?
Just saying that I'm phony, and I kind of like I
Nice to see you,
I don't know.
Bob.
She was nice to me, and I was kind of like a phony or whatever. I don't know, but I've helped her for so long, and I just couldn't do it anymore. She
When
needs
she got
help.
into her car accident, what did you hear about that, Leanne? Because at the time you were friends with her, right?
No. Last time I talked to her was when I came up on and you were on panel, and she was mad at me because she was mad at you because she picked me over there, and I said I cannot fight with anybody anymore. I'm not going to do this. And she was hurt, and then that was it. Then I heard the next 2 days she was hurt.
Christine, you got music going?
Christine's
No.
rocking out.
No, it's
It
not
might be
Christine.
Johnny.
No. I have no idea.
All right, it was Johnny.
It was Johnny.
Johnny, unmute when you're ready. Okay, so go ahead. So what else is Crystal? What is she doing? Is she just losing her mind?
I don't know, Bill. I really don't want to say it on here.
Oh no, it's okay.
Well, wait a minute. What is that supposed to mean?
Say it.
I'm
say
not
it,
going to.
Say it.
I
Well, wait a
can't
minute.
because
What?
I mean I'm not like that, and I've been her friend for a while, and I can't help her anymore. I mean, I stuck up for her for 2 years of everything these people were saying about her, and all the crap about Graham, and all the crap about Buster, and all the crap with Twin Mama, and I just can't do it anymore.
So what you got to say, Jim?
Well, I'm a little irritated with those type of things because what that means is that she still has loyalty to Crystal Ann. Pencil Artist does this too. If you know something about this woman, why not just say it unless you feel you're going to be her friend again one day or go back to her? Why not
That's
just fucking
not true. That's not true, Jim, because
What do you
that's
know?
just the kind of person. That's the kind of person I am. I just don't want to hurt them. And if they do it about me, then I'm striking back.
Hey, Sugar Plum. Hello, Pluckers.
Well, so you must know. So she must have some real dirt on her that you don't want to say. I mean, we could read between the lines.
No, there's no dirt. There's no dirt.
Then what is it that you don't want to say that if you said it would be striking back?
No, Jim, I'm not. I'm saying what I could say is of how much I did for her and why I didn't want to go up on panel anymore. And
What the
Bob
fuck did you do
knows.
for her? Did you give her money?
No,
No,
she
I
kept,
gave. I
you.
mean,
she kept protecting her from like the rest of us, and Leah did it. Really backed her up for months and months and months
Protected her from whom?
from the people here on
You.
YouTube.
From me? Listen, we fought with her for a total of 3 days, and then she disappeared with the whole Lincoln Kane thing and then got in a car wreck. It wasn't like we fought with her for a long time. You know what I mean? Now, a year and a half ago, maybe we did.
right. So I was there too.
Hey,
And then this last thing, nobody did anything to you, so it was hard. So that's where it was with that. I just
Yeah, I
drinking.
don't
I'm
share
sorry. The drinking
I don't
on
share
when
your-
she. Are you done?
the drinking. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish your point.
The drinking what I don't know if it's a problem or not, but when she's on live, it was distasteful to me and I couldn't defend it anymore. I felt horrible about it. So it's just hard when you see somebody like that.
I can't say anything. I mean, I made an ass out of myself a million times drunk on here, you know?
I know. But it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch, Bill.
Yeah. Yeah. People have said that to me.
It was hard to watch with you. You were mad. Like, you when you were that way, you came on Twin Mamas, and I'm trying to change the subject. You were going off about LC. I'm trying to change the subject and getting you to go fight with him, and you're like, you don't understand.
I guess, Leanne, the question I have, and maybe Bob, first of all, how are you feeling? What the fuck's going on with you?
The basic, I'm still got this whatever. I feel much better. It's just that I'm so congested. It's horrible. And Jim, I've been trying to watch OTT, Mr. X's, and that goddamn thing's not working.
What happened is we are testing out before we have a negotiation to go into January 13th as far as what we want to do. And one of the big things we wanted this during the first part of the contract is we wanted DVR. We want people to be able to come in halfway, start from the beginning, watch, just like YouTube. Nobody on the platform that we're on has ever asked for that before because nobody had those kind of numbers. Our numbers have grown, so we want those things. We wanted the chat room. We wanted DVR. We wanted it on Roku. We wanted it on an OTT platform. We got everything, but the DVR is such heavy, hardware for them, and they don't have it with anybody else. So we have to pick when we want it. So instead of it always being there, Mr. X has to call and say, okay, hit the donation button. We don't have to have the donation button up, but he puts it up on every show because some people don't want to do it through Cash App or Venmo. So we have a donation button goes to the show. Same thing with the DVR.
Hey,
so
Matt.
last was the second time we did the DVR. For some reason, the DVR that they're putting together is not working correctly. It worked flawlessly the first time, second time, not so many. That may be because of the number of people watching, or it's just not solid yet. So we stopped the show, did the second part of it without the DVR. So I'm glad what happened last night happened with that show, because now when we go back to the negotiating table as to what percentage they get and all this kind of stuff, and, whether or not we're going to have any free members this time or not, we have that to negotiate with. That we've now gone through another cycle and the DVR still doesn't work. I'm getting feedback from somebody. So that was rough. So the only reason that didn't work the way it should have last night is their DVR just doesn't work the way it should. See, we're breaking ground with them. We really, really are. And that's kind of, that's because we're live, right? Like, a lot of those Hulu things and Netflix has never really been live before until recently with the NFL and that boxing match. So this is all kind of a new area, especially for our smaller deal. But what I want to what I'm a little bit steamed about is the dig that Leanne threw in a few minutes ago. That Crystal Ann did not do anything to warrant what happened a few weeks ago.
Hey, Freeside.
Yeah, let me explain what has happened since then. Watcher of Crazy has gone full hater, 100%. We told you that was going to happen. Crystal Ann went full hater, but Lincoln Kane pissed down her leg. We knew that this is something that Watcher of Crazy was always trying to get back to do. If you look at a Watcher Crazy show less than 6 weeks from the last time Crystal Ann went on, Fumble Nuts, Lincoln Kane, Rhonda Hauser, Betty Hayward, Salty Pancakes, every single hater you could possibly imagine, with the exception of Crystal Ann until the last week and a half, is over there. So everything that we knew was going to happen, happened. There is no way I pinched her into this and she took every single hater with her. No way. We told you this was going to happen. The only reason this isn't Crystal Ann doing it is because of what Lincoln Kane did that night. That's kind of where that's at. So
I got fooled, Jim. Maybe I got fooled because nobody tells me anything because of my own thing.
That's true. If it wasn't for Lincoln, she'd be attacking you.
Well, yeah, because the first show Lincoln came on, and I don't know if anybody had time to go over there and look at all that shit, but listen, we went through this with Crystal Ann before. Crystal Ann has had one goal. Watcher of Crazy has had one goal. They want to do what we do. And when they realize they can't do it without us or get the kind of numbers without us, then their only option is to go against us to get a small remedy. You know what I mean? To get a small bonus, which is hater people. If you look at Watcher of Crazy, she doesn't have one new person. All she has is people that don't like somebody on this panel here. That's it. Show me 3 or 4 people on that show that just go and watch Watcher of Crazy because they like her or they like Crystal Ann. It doesn't exist. They were either they're not people that like them. They're people that hate us. That's how I look at it. Stoney's over there. Sheely's over there. There is not. You couldn't name 5 people that are over there that don't hate people here because of it. And that's just a simple way. We knew this was coming. We absolutely knew this was coming. And the straw that broke the camel's back is when Leanne and Watcher chose not to take free memberships. Then they were pinched into a corner. Leanne is always... But Watcher of Crazy was
I'll fight you on that, Jim. I'll fight you on that.
Well, Watcher did just say, if anyone believes him, you are delusional. I don't believe I'm delusional.
Yeah. Everything I said, go back and watch the Crystal, well, if you could find them, go back and watch the Crystal Ann show. It was obvious that this was the plan. And listen, if I said this and it didn't happen, then I would be the liar. But what I said 3 months ago is exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. You can't argue that whether you believe how it happened or not.
Listen, Jim, here's my point. Maybe people do when you say it's going to happen. Maybe people do it on purpose just to say, I did it. See, now what?
He turned down the free OTT, and we owe Kiri a world of... Yours is a little bit different, Leanne. I can understand. You didn't go and open up a hater channel. You're just looking for a place. But even you're not over there. Why aren't you over there?
Where?
Why aren't you over there with Watcher?
Because I don't like them people over there. I think I
Including
can't
Watcher?
stand them. I don't hate Watcher.
Do you
She
like her?
hasn't said anything bad about me. We talked
Thank you, Watcher.
online the other day on Homegrown. She hasn't done anything to me.
Okay, but you're not over there.
Well, I told you why. I go off in her chat, and that's not what they want over there, and I can't behave.
You get attacked. Is that it?
No, I'd attack them because I can't stand them.
So why do you think she has sided with those haters? And forget about, the middle ground people that go over there. I guess Dale C goes over there. Farmer Fred is over there. I mean, Fumble Nuts? Come on.
I can't stand them. I guess she's easier. I guess it's a place to all gather because everybody hates you.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what I just said?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Last night, after I went off air, I was going through my YouTube. I saw Farmer Fred over there on Fumble Nuts' channel.
Yeah. And Farmer Feats is a great guy. He's not against us. If he likes them, he likes them. I mean, Sugar Plum was in Watchers. What is the big deal? Doesn't mean that she dislikes Jim or any of us.
And people can see we've been through this cycle 3 or 4 times with certain people. Others we just haven't, like Salty. We won't go through what we went through with Salty again. She had Just Observing on her show, Salty Pancakes. I mean, the only one she didn't have on her show is Charles Manson. The reason that we called the cops on her was after she took our content, which was made to be behind a paywall. She did that. She did that first. It wasn't like we called the cops on her and then she did. And we didn't call the cops. It wasn't like, how do I say this? It was a business. There are 2 things that we have said from the beginning that we will 100% fight for. It's the safety and the content of the OTT and my parents. That's it. And that seems to be where these people go because they don't want to face us. They don't want to face us. And I'm not going to say what Mr. X says every time, but Mr. X spent 6 months planning a 4-city tour. We went live continuously. We their channels. We told them where they were going to be. And Fumblenuts went to Pinellas County, Florida, trying to get that woman to serve me with child support papers. We know exactly what Watcher of Crazy tried to pay to have them do. And what's interesting is for some reason, they've never come to me. It's so that they can keep the little fan base that they have. That's not their fan base. It's just anti-Jim Terry. There is nothing that Watcher of Crazy or Fumblenuts, which are really the only two left. And Watcher of Crazy really almost doesn't even count.
Watcher said she did nothing to you. Is it a lot of resentment?
Yes, she did. First of all, yes, she did. We caught her before she. Hold on. That's not true. She replayed OTT content on her channel, and I don't want to hear that it was on Bob's. She didn't get permission from Bob, who we gave direct permission from. And just because hold on, just because the Batman movie, which was in the theaters, is played on CBS 4 years later, or 2 days later, or even during the same time, doesn't mean you can restream it. She took a show that we did behind the OTT that we let Bob restream. Bob, you remember this? And she played it on her channel, Leanne. That's why the cops were called, because that is protected content. And then
I get that part.
Hey, Cheryl, AMC.
And Watcher, we're not getting about you. And we're just believe me, Watcher, Friday started the copyright slaps about your channel. So it's just a matter of time before people start seeing your content disappear. Go ahead, Leanne. I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing is when she replayed that, Jim, that was on Bob's. Okay?
Doesn't matter.
That was on Mr. X's.
It doesn't matter. Right now, go ahead. Hold on. Right now, go ahead and replay Seinfeld. See if they strike you. You can, just because it was free, doesn't mean it was free for you to replay. Just because Batman right now is playing on HBO doesn't mean you can replay it on your show. It's who we give it to. It's what's behind our paywall. She is using terms of service on YouTube to try to protect her. But since we started Friday, I would project maybe around Tuesday of next week, watch all her shows start coming down. Fumblenuts too. Watcher, the only one that looks stupid is you. You're currently out on bond. Your son is in prison. You're living in your mom's home. And Jonelle, who you made fun of for a fucking month straight, has beaten you every time we've helped her go live against you. You're stupid. And look at your followers. Women beaters, felons, degenerates, and drug addicts. And everybody over here has a problem with them over there, except you. Why? Because you couldn't get a crowd of people to watch you do church shows. You couldn't get a crowd of people to talk to you about bull riding, and you're not interesting enough to get anybody new. You've got my ass sweat.
Well, can I ask you a question? Because a lot of people want to know this. How come it's different about me than it was with Watcher and Crystal?
Because you're not, with all due respect, you're not a creator. You didn't pay process servers. You didn't put out false information. She said I was Jew. I mean, we could do this right now. She said I was Jewish and I legally changed my name to hide from people. My last name has been Terry since I was born, and years before that, my father's last name was Terry. She said that Mr. X was involved in gay pornography. She said that she was going to own the OTT in the book. She said she was going to get people served for child support. She said that she was going to have, I mean, we can go on and on and on and on, and we've done this a million times. And we beat her the fuck down last time. The only difference this time is we took our foot off her neck long enough for her to go back to the people that she talked about hating for months. And they're so desperate for people. But let me tell you something. Johnny Yarbrough kicked the shit out of Fumblenuts last night. His numbers just did. And he was a waterhead to them fucking 3 months ago. How's that waterhead now? If Johnny's a waterhead, what is Fumblenuts? So there you go.
Okay. I got you there. So you never trusted her, right? Completely, of everything that she's done.
No,
so what happened?
No, I never trusted her completely, but I don't say anything to anybody privately I don't think is going to get out there publicly, so I don't give a fuck.
That's me.
I don't do what I don't do what, and I don't want to say a lot of you do. I'm talking about the people in YouTube. I don't tell Leanne and say, Leanne, listen, Dale C's got an email from Betty Hayward, but you can't say anything because he doesn't want to get in trouble. And Laura told me this, and Blue Diamond told me this, but don't tell. If somebody tells me something, it could be content. It says right on our website, everything's content. If I tell you something, I assume it's going to get out there too. There is nothing that I say behind closed doors. I beg people to only talk to me on the OTT so that it's easier that way. That's why we're going over the stuff with Marzi Girl. I do not like the fact that I'm finding all these people saying that they gave Marzi Girl and Jonelle money because they asked for him. It doesn't matter who you are. That's why
I gotta agree with you there, because I learned my lesson. If I'm going to tell you something behind the scenes, you goddamn well know I'm going to say it out loud, because that's how everybody has acted.
Whoops, Mom. There's nothing wrong with being Jewish, but my father's last name when he was growing up was Terazuski. It's Polish. Somehow Watcher of Crazy thought I was the only Jew to graduate from a Catholic high school in Ohio, so she went with that narrative for a while. It's just stupidity and ignorance and lack of being out in the world. Now, there were people that were Polish that were in concentration camps with Hitler, but that is not – my father shortened his name because if you look at the times that Fumblenuts has been to my dad's store, Jim Terazuski music would have been about 16 letters too fucking long. So we shortened it. By the way, I can give you about 50 people here who have shortened their last names. A lot of times Italians will do that. They'll drop the O or whatever the fuck. But Terazuski was shortened before I was ever born. That's why when Watcher of Crazy was going around with Betty Hayward saying I was a heroin dealer or that my father had been arrested for this, they were looking up Terrys that weren't us, that weren't our family. The Terrys that exist there are only about half a dozen Terrys in the whole world that exist in my family. My sister is not even a Terry. She's married. And my grandparents on both sides were not Terrys. So that's how stupid these people are.
Well, what she's saying is you had no reason to come after you. You saw people liked her. And she says, I don't bow down to him. But the difference with that,
I saw people like too.
But the difference with that, I never stopped and I never listened to Jim. And if I went up on panel, I was called a bad person or disgusting or anything. And I don't know why you didn't stay up there. Jim doesn't rule us.
This woman is so stupid. She got Polish and Jewish mixed up. How the fuck do you get that mixed up? I mean, that is fucking asinine. That's one's a fucking religion and it's just an ignorance of what people are. And listen, I wish I was Jewish. Maybe I would be a little bit higher up in fucking entertainment, but a hell of a lot less fucking Christmas presents. Look at Fortunato's looking at us like, what the fuck did I just walk into? But I can tell you that, it is what it is. Our numbers are phenomenal. What we do is a lot of fun. And the fact that the best bang for your buck is to be part of the OTT. They said we were going to go after Homegrown Cowboy. They said we were going to. What about all the times Watcher of Crazy said, as soon as we get that video from Johnny, we're going to drop him. And by the way, congratulations, Fumblenuts. Your big show last night was Danielle thickening her fucking eyebrows. It only took her since 1989 to do it. But I'll tell you what, she does look a hell of a lot better, Lacey. Did you see that?
No comment.
Does it look good or bad, Lacey? What do you think? I think it looks better.
I think Danny's beautiful.
No comment.
Why not comment? Why be scared to comment on her?
They talk about me enough. Why do I need to comment on them? I'd like just to let them comment on me.
Well, I'll tell you the best comment is Bob's. She's a Saturday night hooker.
I have no problem with Danny, really. I have a problem with one person over there. Well, maybe two or three. Who knows?
Definitely more than one.
Definitely more than one.
What do you think of the eyebrows, though?
I think she looks great.
Yeah, okay.
They look better,
brat,
yeah.
She's going for the crazy brat eyebrow look, I think.
Hey, bite your tongue.
Bite your eyebrow.
I like Crazy Brat's eyebrows. They're bold and they're natural.
Yeah,
Oh,
all of a
Yes.
sudden, Watcher of
I
Crazy is
think
not
she should shave
participating in
them off.
sexual. Watcher of Crazy is not participating in sexual deviant
Hell no.
conversations. I've got fucking audio of her talking about shit that's all that it is. You know, she got triggered because we talked about Lacey H's stepdad. Listen, if our humor's a little too blue for you, then you're not in the right place. But Watcher, there's a reason that we've been able to create stuff and you have not. You only have people that dislike us. The people you have right now are the only people you will have. That's why you go on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The last thing you want to do is go up against anybody. You had 137 people watching you the other day until another show popped up. You were down by 41 by the midway through their show. That's because our people just go over there to watch you talk shit about us, so they're educated. Just like Tennessee Gambler said last night on the OTT. I don't watch any of that shit, so it's hard for me to follow on the OTT really into it. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's what I want to say.
yeah, Tennessee Gambler. He's something else. Christine, how you doing? He is, and I wanted to I was about to dip, and I was like, I gotta get through this. I'll get through it. Yeah,
Christine, how was work on Monday?
I took my vacation day.
Christine, let me ask you. We had a girl on the show who was special needs the other day. Her name is Noelle. Do you consider yourself special needs or no?
I was born with a disability.
Does that mean special needs? Like, what does special needs mean to somebody? What is the cutoff? Were you ever in the Special Olympics as a kid? Did you ever perform track or soccer? Did you ever do that?
I used to do bowling when I was when I was younger. I was in special bowling. I met like Hulk Hogan.
Whoa. What happened with Hulk Hogan?
No, I met him. In person, I met him.
No shit. He lives near my parents. How did you meet Hulk Hogan? He bowled with you? He came to the event?
Well, he was one of the
judges.
What?
Judges?
Yeah. He gave out the Special Olympics.
Did he get you in any sort of a headlock or a wrestling move?
Oh no.
None of that happened there.
No.
How old were you when you met Hulk Hogan?
I was 19.
Oh shit! I thought you were gonna say 4 or something. Okay, 19.
No.
So that was only like 3 years ago.
And I'm going to be 56 in January. My birthday's coming up in January.
Oh, we have to have a party.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So you work 1 day a week and you took your vacation that day.
Well, I have 2 weeks. I have to use my vacation by the end of the year.
Oh, you got to use it by the end of the year. Okay. Let me ask you this. Okay, so you took Monday off. By the way, I hope Marzi isn't managing your schedule. Let me ask you this. Are you going to take this Monday off too?
Yeah.
What do you do on your day off? You get loaded or party?
No, I got things to do. Like I got things to go to. I mean,
like what?
Horseback riding.
What?
Look at that!
Wow.
Doesn't she live in Detroit? There's horse. Doesn't she live like in Detroit or Cincinnati? Where do you live? You live in a big city, don't you? Where do you see a horse at? But you lived in Brooklyn.
No.
Jersey.
Actually, yeah, it's in New Jersey.
I had a friend. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I do. I ride the horse. I groom the horse. I feed the animals. I do different kind of stuff.
Christine, one time I rode a horse on the beach, right in the water. Do you know what kind of horse it was? A seahorse. A seahorse. Get it on the water?
Okay.
A
Oh, God.
seahorse. We almost died doing that. My best friend
seahorse.
flipped over the front in the water. It was a hysterical story. Go ahead.
Even
Chris.
Leanne didn't laugh at that.
He was riding a seahorse. You see Jim riding a seahorse.
It was a seahorse.
You haven't told me the joke, Jim.
That had to be a gigantic seahorse.
Bob, you're not still laying on the floor from last week, are you?
No, well, I'm half on my couch and half on the floor.
Now, you guys remember the movie E.T.?
Of course.
Of course, cried.
Now, if E.T. got hurt, the little boy got hurt. And if the little boy got hurt, E.T. felt the same pain. Like, right, they were almost sharing the same thing by the end of the movie. That was part of it. Every time Bob gets hurt, Big Ups gets hurt. Every time Big Ups gets hurt, Bob gets hurt. Bob hurts his back, Big Ups got that bloodshot eye. Bob, did you follow any of Big Ups? And by the way, what do you think about the fact that somebody stole $10 billion from him a couple of months ago?
He definitely plays with himself. And those blood vessels, I've had them done, pop in my eye. There's no big deal.
Me
You
too.
know what? He's trying to, like you say, sue somebody.
The blood vessels are from puking.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, when you vomit, you break. I've broken blood vessels in my eyes just by vomiting.
No shit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The force of it. Mm-hmm.
Well, wow. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. It can happen.
He loves to talk about it, me, doesn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, you guys are almost. So, did you see the show with Big Ups?
Yeah, I was watching.
What did you think? What did you think about him and Feisty and all that shit? What about that $3,500 bed?
Oh my God, Jim, he's got a drone too. He was showing us. Where the fuck the guy gets all this money from to buy this shit?
I think the bed was his mother's.
Yeah,
Still,
I think all the money was his mother's too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the bed was his mother's. Bob, you ever heard of a town called Cherry Hill, New Jersey?
Oh yeah, it's about that's where what's her name's mother lives, right? BJ's.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cherry Hill is where BJ's mother or stepmother lives in.
Okay.
Yeah, I know where it is.
How about Gay Steve? You guys think that's safe? What he's getting ready to fucking do?
What I don't know. What's he doing?
He bought a gyrocopter. You guys know what the fuck that is?
I seen the picture on the OTT.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm scared for us.
Well, I just want to be able to film it. But you guys know what does anybody here not know what a gyrocopter is?
Well, I know that gyros are lamb meat.
See, if she would have laughed at my seahorse joke, I would have laughed at that, but I'm not going to do it. Here is a gyrocopter. It looks like a helicopter that somebody made in their living room. I can't even make this shit up. And he bought these things are like $100 fucking grand. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring this up.
Yeah, I seen the picture of it. 100
Well,
grand.
I'll tell you, his mother must be loaded with money. Steve's mother.
Does he not work, Bob?
We heard that a lot of his friends that died of AIDS left him money. I think that's what I heard. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Gay men actually are rich, man. The older ones, they got fucking money. They all got money.
They go after the sugar babies. That's why the sugar babies want them.
I don't know what a gyrocopter is. So
it's a little helicopter. Yes, it's a fucking and he's gonna get
hell?
Yes, see the propeller up top. It's just going real fast, so it's kind of blurry. He's going to start flying these. He's already been taking lessons, I guess. I talked to him off the air the other day. This is why you can't get a hold of him anymore, and he's disappeared. So this is like his new fucking thing. Now, 100 jokes went through my head that, of course, he wants a helicopter where the pilot is riding behind him. But that's,
of course.
Yeah, that's another whole story there. You know what I mean? But, the only way that this helicopter would be better is if the two guys were 69ing in it. But, yeah, there you go. He's going to – is there anybody that would get in that?
Hell no.
No, I wouldn't get in that. No. And I've done a lot of crazy shit that I think I'd have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Depending if I made money getting in it or how experienced the pilot is.
No
He's
way.
He's taking
Even
lessons.
driving or even getting in a helicopter without doors, that's scary as shit.
Hey, Spanky.
Yeah.
He's going to be the pilot. He's taking lessons to be the
Oh,
pilot
no.
so he can go up by himself.
Oh,
That's some
God.
scary bullshit. God forbid. Listen, I stroke out on helicopters. Like there was a glass floor. I thought I was going to pass out. I was like, oh my God. Helicopters are way different than planes. Planes I have no problem with.
I want to thank Rainbow Melon sent 2 Cash Apps in to me, which is a shock. She must have hit the lotto. Number 2, I want to thank Johnny Yarbrough just sent in $7. That's fantastic.
Very nice. I don't know. Rainbow Melon's not in chat.
I have to consult with you before I send you money. So
I have to consult.
Right. You're learning.
We have to talk about it.
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
Jim owes me $10, so I expect him to send it to you for Christmas.
What does he?
Yeah, I owe her $10. She got the camera, but she didn't have it hooked up till this morning.
So, Bob, that $10, you better be harassing him or we're making videos of him.
I don't know, Jim. She said something. She made a post and then she texted me. She's like, I don't want you to think like I'm going up against you or something. I have the spy cam on or something. I told everybody to go over to you or something. I have no clue what's even happening right now. She's supposed to bring her man over tonight.
there may be some face sucking on this camera.
So
we may get.
I want to see what's going down. You know,
Guys, speaking of face sucking, Keystrit has just sent in $15. $15 from Keystrit. Keystrit, I've been wondering where you've been. It's good to see you're back. Even more so that you're sending a cash app. Now, Christine, who takes you to these places? Who's taking you to ride horses? Like, does somebody take you there? Is it a class you're with or what?
One of my friends takes me, and a friend of mine.
Is it a guy? A boyfriend?
Oh no.
It's a woman?
No. Yeah, it's a
She
woman.
hot?
Yeah, her name is
Is she hot?
Mercy.
She's hot?
She's married, had 4 kids.
What? What's her name? I want her phone number right now.
Wait a minute, Stacy. Thank you so much.
What?
That's so kind of you. Thank you.
What happened?
Cash app. No, she sent me a cash app.
How much?
I ain't telling you.
I could see it in your glasses. It was $20.
You can see everything in my glasses, can't you, Jim?
I could see it in your glass. $20. It said, here, get some Prosecco. That's what it said on the message.
That's it. She said Prosecco, baby. It's for the cat. Okay, go ahead, Christine. Sorry.
Calling the state of New Jersey tomorrow.
I think that's wonderful, Christine, that you go and you ride horses and shit. I got thrown from one, man. Ooh, that was not fun. It was like a wild, you seen something shiny, he went down, you went back, he almost rolled on me. That was another.
So, Christine, who is this woman with the 4 kids and the husband? How do you know her?
Oh, I interview her, but you can say that the state pays for her. You know, like she is like my companion. You know, like
yes, I understand. Yes,
like my companion. So yeah,
yes.
It just take me places. You know, just take me places.
I wish somebody would take me places. Oh, it was Leanne.
I'm gonna tell that's not a bad thing. I'll tell you where I'd like to take if I had a companion person special needs, here's where I would take them. Casino.
Good.
Strip club.
Good.
Prison.
Wow.
Shooting range.
Yes,
Firing
I've done that. That's so much fun.
It would be a lot more fun with Christine trying to load the pistol. Let's see, where else? Laser tag.
Laser tag, paintball. Oh my God, I can't.
I went paintballing one time when I was in high school. No, twice. And I didn't know that I was doing it with people that were like semi fucking professionals. Like I went in jeans and a like a sports jet, not a sport coat, but like a jacket with a hat. And these guys were dressed in fucking camouflage and had boots, and they knew how to hide.
That hurts. That shit hurts and leaves welts
So
on you.
they lit me up. So, and I had to do it 2 different weekends because it was like a competition. I don't even know how the fuck I got into it. It was with Zoom.
Yeah.
So what I did was the night before I went the second time, I'm like, fuck this. And I wasn't any good at it because I've never shot a paintball or whatever. It just was frustrating. So the night before I went the second time, I took all the paintballs and I put them in the freezer.
Oh God, Jim.
So the next day I went and I didn't even know. So I shot this guy and it hit him in the back of the head. Oh. And you ever seen the Wile E. Coyote cartoons where somebody gets hit?
Yes, I love yes.
And a lump welts up on their head. That happened. What I didn't realize, the guy was on my team. I was shooting people in the back of the head, and they were like on my team. I was just fucking nailing anybody. And so you can hear the paintballs when I would miss ricocheting off of trees like baseballs. Like it was like, because they were like marbles.
Ow.
That fucking hurts. You hurt those motherfuckers because regular balls fucking hurt.
I was trying to get people in the throat.
Oh my God. That would have killed them. It would have crushed their esophagus. It just would have, that's just it. No paintball, Christine. None. I mean, bowling balls are dangerous.
I go bowling
once small in a balls. While. Well, honey?
I go bowling once in a while. I'll go bowling, you know.
I used to go bowling a lot. And then I just couldn't do it anymore because, hey, Kazoom, how you doing?
Nice hey, you're doing all right. Yeah, doing okay.
Good. How was your night last night?
Kazoom is one of my favorite.
Yeah, it went good last night. So.
Yes, you had your vodka. And
yes.
Great. Yes, you were singing. I had to leave, so I don't know what happened after. I'm sure it was fun.
I probably got a little too drunk, but that's okay.
I understand. No judgment here. Trust me. So what's going on with you?
Oh, nothing. No, I was coming in to just hang out. So
thank you, Homegrown, for the PayPal. Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, it's been same old for me. So I don't have anything to report. So I'm just here to hang out. So
okay, you can hang out. It's like me too. Nothing new. Nothing to report. I wish I had some crazy shit to report. Oh. We got back Leanne. There
Sorry.
That's
I gotta say your glasses. I've never seen glasses of that shape sold in any store. I don't know where you got those glasses, but
I know you did say it to me last time. Thank you. I got them off of Amazon, and they're just readers. They're not prescription.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay.
If I wanted to get them prescription, and if you have the money, you could take the frames and put any lens into it. And I have like because I love lavender. I just that's my color, purple lavender. And one is a lighter one and a little bit of darker lavender and the black ones. So okay. I try to find different shapes. I enjoy changing out in colors and stuff. But yeah, Amazon. And like I said, I'm sure I could bring it into some place and say, hey, could you fit in some real lenses in here? And I'm sure they could do it.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So Leanne is back. Yes. Leanne, why'd you rage quit? What was going on?
I had to take care of business.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of taking care of business, I'm going to tell you why this guy is like my favorite person on YouTube. Kazoom, I want you to show everybody why I like you so much on here. I've put something in the private chat, and I would like you to read it like a station break here on Belvy's channel, please. Thank you.
Jim, I loved it when you did it last time.
Please, thank you. He's on mute.
Muted.
You're on mute.
Yeah, I was testing. I was seeing how it sounded. So when I said it, so.
All right, here we go.
Oh, God.
This episode of Belvy on YouTube is brought to you by Hoarders. Watch Hoarders Monday at 8 to 7. 8 to 7, what? 8/7 Central only on A&E. Okay, I fucked that all off. So
Go ahead and try it again. We'll all be quiet. Go ahead.
This episode of Bellevue on YouTube is brought to you by Hoarders. Watch Hoarders Monday at 8/7 Central, only on A&E.
God.
I can't with you, Jim Terry. Hello, Caddy Marie. I can't with you. You're so fucking funny.
Oh my God, I just peed on myself.
Go wash your hands.
Shit, I can't. And I love the way he says it so perfectly, too. Uh-oh, who'd we lose?
Jim.
Oh, we lost Jim. Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, Bill V, did you get your Cash App, Bill V?
My from who? You?
Yeah.
No, it didn't come through. Hold on a second. Thank you very much for the Cash App. Yes, I did. Thank you. I'm gonna put hearts on everybody later. So I'm not staring. Stacy, really, thank you so much. That was very kind of you. So Leanne, I want to know what business you were fucking taking care of.
Okay, fam. Yeah, my cat's missing. You want to rub my nose in it further? Rub my nose in it in Shelly's piss carpets? Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
how are you? Nice to see you. It's always nice to see you. I haven't watched much. I have to start watching. You cracked me up. He's such a nice guy. I really like MCF. Nice guy. Okay, I had to say hello.
That's okay.
Did we
I'm just
lose anybody? Are they fucking with you and your cat? Fuck them.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very upset my cat's missing. Everybody knows I love Brenda very much. Brenda's very special.
So sad.
Yeah, because of the meaning, where she comes from, who she's for. She's, that's so everyone that gets a kick out of it, I'm glad you do. Thank you.
Yeah, they're just trying to, trigger something that it's not going to, and it's just disgusting, right? But they don't do that. They don't do that.
Yeah, I guess the Thai food got old, so now they're gonna actually use something that
I actually love Thai food, Lacey. So you're
I've
good
never had it.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I've never had it.
Oh, you're good in my book. Thai food is delicious and spicy.
I love yellow chicken curry Thai. I said that in the wrong order, but that's okay. So
I understood it. Oh, curry is yummy.
Yes,
I love it.
Their curry is so different from Indian curry too. So
yes, it is, and I love Indian food. I really love any kind of foods, and I love trying all different. Is the right word? I can't say it. Ethnicity. That's it. Is that the right word? Proper usage right now?
Ethnic.
I
don't know.
Ethnic. That's it. Ethnic foods and stuff. And I just love the spicier and the better. I mean, I could, if I could eat the rest of my life, I love chicken foot, curry chicken foot. Oh man, with dumplings, cow foot. I'm loving it. Like, I'm so into it. I could just eat that every day if I possibly could. And white fish. The Jamaicans make this white fish. It's absolutely delicious.
Nice.
And seafood. Yeah, seafood. Clams, oysters. I know a lot of people don't like seafood. I used to love lobster a lot, but then I got over it. I think as I got older, and I was into king crab legs better. And I'm not even into, I like shrimp, but sushi. Give me sushi any day too. That's another thing I love. Sushi with the wasabi.
Probably my favorite sushi is the salmon sushi.
Yes,
rainbow roll.
Mine. Salmon. Oh, rainbow roll. The salmon I love. That's my favorite. My favorite fish is salmon. And then I think second would be, I don't know, cod, if it's cooked correctly, because cod has no flavor. You have to cook it correctly. But salmon's always delicious.
Salmon's probably my favorite, and then trout would be my second favorite.
Oh, wow. In sushi?
Not in sushi, no, just in general.
In general,
trout. Yeah, rainbow trout. It's a very white meat. It's not a fishy meat. Trout is good.
I don't know if I've ever had trout. I may have. I've tried a lot of fish. Oh, do you know what I love when I don't know what kind of fucking fish it is, but in the Chinese place, I had one. They like fried up a whole. Well, it wasn't. You could get it in an Italian place. They fry up like a whole fish, the eyeballs in and everything, and they just fry up this whole. It's like a black fish, and they just cut in the middle. No, well, it's white meat on the inside. It's just black scales on the outside, and it is absolutely delicious. I don't know what kind of fish it is though.
The problem with trout are the bones.
Oh, a lot of
the bones. You gotta sometimes it's a pain in the ass to not get bones in what you're chewing on. But other than that, the flavor is great.
Yeah, isn't that scary? Those little fish bones. That's like one of my fears, eating certain fish.
Yeah, those bones will choke you. I'm telling you. Bob, what's your favorite fish? We lost Leanne again. Let me check.
Drone.
I love lobster.
Lobster.
Yeah, and but growing up, my mother every Friday night we had freaking fillet of flounder every Friday. I haven't had flounder now in like 20 years.
It's because you had it so much, right? So you
got yeah, I makes me want to throw up hearing the name flounder.
Oh, Don, fish tacos. Yeah, I've had fish tacos before. If they're made right, those are delicious. I'm getting hungry.
Ned flounders. Okay, sorry.
No, dead flounders?
No, Ned. I was making it was a Simpsons reference, and I'm just Ned Flanders, and I said Ned Flounders. Okay, it was stupid.
Yes. Okay, thank you for explaining it. No, never be sorry. Jump in. You have to jump in here. You know, either nobody's talking or somebody's talking. We gotta just jump in, and I love every minute of it. And Christine, I'm so happy you're here. Johnny, you still with us?
Yep, I'm still with you.
So what's going on with you?
Oh, nothing. Just listening to all the nice conversations.
About flounder? Ned Flounder?
Like found, yeah, all the black fish you're eating and...
Christine, do you eat fish? You like fish?
Do I like fish? Not really.
Okay, Christine. I was asking Christine.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I like is tuna fish. That's it.
Oh, white tuna, albacore.
Or if fresh or like canned.
Canned.
All right.
Albacore.
Well, I mean, with the canned, there's several types. There's the light chunk tuna. There's the albacore. There's a couple others.
Yeah, I love the albacore one in water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Yeah, in water versus oil. Yes.
Right. AX.
Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to make a quick comment. I was skimming through the show earlier, and I heard Jim talking about Watch Her Crazy, and Belvy said something that Watch Her Crazy never did anything to us first.
Well, that's what she said. I was reading the comment.
How about when she went on there was telling people that we have all of your credit card information? And I had to go with Stripe, and I did a recorded chat proving that's not the case. And then she doubled down and said, well, when I worked with Stripe, I used to take credit card information over the phone. So just because she may have, we never did. See, here's where Watch Her Crazy got upset. And I won't stay on this too much. She was talking about people and what people, children's books and all these different things. And all I did was say, if you're looking at me, let me turn the mirror on you. Look at your son. Your son's in prison. This is a long time ago. We started finding out more and more reasons. Jim interviewed the son's baby mama. And then she said things. That woman went away from Watch Her Crazy because what a loon that woman is. So I never did anything to that woman except hold up a mirror and say, who are you? Now, she's saying it's weird for somebody like me to be involved in children's books. I mean, she's the one busted for drugs. I'm the one that's making movies that are anti-drug. So it would be weird for her to make a children's book. This woman's a simp. She's a liar. She's been documented as a drug addict and a lech. So, I mean, that's where all that came from. But she can make whatever videos she wants. But the bottom line is she told many lies and never walked them back.
Yeah, I didn't know what started it up again. I just knew there was something where somebody offered to come back on the OTT and stuff like that. And then it just seemed like it was like a steamroll downhill.
Well, Jim always was very suspicious of her and Crystal Ann. And I personally didn't want either of them back. I didn't want Crystal Ann back when Jim tossed her back in November of last year. Then there was a lady out there named Kiri who said, I just want everybody to go along. I'll pay for it. And Jim had a sneaking suspicion that Salty Pancakes and some of those haters were involved with Watch Her Crazy. And when Watch Her Crazy did not come back, it just proved it. That's what it was.
X, hold on. Don said, Mr. X, what's up with OTT? None of the shows on website play.
I have sent in a ticket about last night's shows. There were 2 shows last night.
Oh.
But if there were other shows, previous shows that are not playing, that I'm not aware of. But I know that there were some problems with last night's, and I think it has to do with the time frame that one was done, and then I did another one 15 minutes because the DVR was acting a little funky. But if there are other shows that are back later in the week or months ago, I'm unaware of that at this point. So I'll have to go and look at it.
You know, I have to tell you, when you were talking to Tennessee Gambler, I think you went above and beyond explaining I was going to put it in chat, but it was just too much because I'm on my iPad.
I heard you talking about that on Janelle's. Yeah. So, I mean, we get so many emails, and I just remember seeing that, and I usually respond to everybody. I didn't respond to it now that I remember it more clearly and looked at the emails, because he wanted us to prank somebody that was kids jerking off at a high school. And I'm like, I'm not even discussing that subject. The haters will discuss us discussing it.
Absolutely.
You know?
And it's just not.
I didn't even respond to it.
Anyway,
and and you mentioned, I think, on Janelle's that you think that he is probably a big contributor. He is not.
No, I didn't know. I said, unless
he is not
a big contributor, I don't know why. I don't think he did. What I said was, I don't think he deserved the extended explanation that X gave. Not verbatim.
Yes, I heard that.
Said, unless he's a big contributor.
And I would do that for anybody who's been around since, day one, or has been involved with us, or, and he has been a good guy. And I heard Sugar Plum saying, hey, I mean, I get bored when they talk about sports, or I get bored when he's up there talking about aviation or whatever. Right. So we try to do as much as we can, but you can't please everybody. And it's not, if I don't watch season 2 of Breaking Bad, it's not the producer's fault of Breaking Bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it is true. They brought it up. Mostly women follow you.
Yeah.
Mostly women are in my chat. Right. So there are going to be things that, some of them will be interested in it, but most are probably like, wait, what? I don't even understand it. Like he's saying, but yeah, that was too much. He was droning too much.
I think what happens is, I heard another thing too from the haters saying, I think it was actually Crystal Ann that says, we don't have anybody that's successful that's involved with what we do. I think she posted some. I give you one person who's, I can give you a lot of people, but just one off the top of my head. A Tennessee Gambler is a very successful guy. That's why I show him the amount of respect that I do, not because of the money he gives, but because, this guy's a pilot. His kids are well raised, respectful. Look at the inside of his house. So, I mean, would I give and spend that time with lips? No. But with him,
but don't you think it's weird that he was so gung-ho for that prank? Like, that's a weird prank to me.
Or how about this?
They're like 14 to 18 years old in high school, and he was so adamant. I don't care how professional, how successful he is. That was some creepy, weird shit he wanted you to do. When
Jim and Janelle and them did those interview, or did the replay of the Danielle thing, and her kid was there, I wasn't on the show. When Jim interviewed Sloth's uncle and they were talking about that stuff, I was barely on the show. So whenever it gets into that territory, you probably have noticed I have gone out of my way to not be on those shows.
Yes. Have a good night, Bob. Thank you for being here.
Bob took off,
I hope you feel better. Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, who the fuck wants that kind of bullshit going on?
Yeah, I just don't want to be involved in it, because here's the thing with anybody who's on panel here. You could be involved in something. You start talking about people underage or whatever, just in any context, even if you just told a story or joked. We had about this with Noelle, where we didn't know how old she was. These haters will look for a reason, and that's kind of the worst of the worst, where they'll call you a pedophile.
Right.
Fumblenuts married he was dating her when she was 15, married her at 16. Salty Pancake's sister said she molested him. I mean, or he molested her. I mean, we know what we know about Sleeper Cell. I mean, these are the weirdos. These are the lunatics. Not a guy who's interested in publishing. You know, and Jim has the interview about Watch Your Crazy. I said, Jim, I'm like Trump is with that, what is it called? Plan 2025. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to read it. I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, you've set that down. I've noticed that. That's a good thing. You're just like, I don't want to be involved in that. I think it's, you know, I get it. I get it. And that is the best thing to do. That's not your personality. You'd rather be, you know, doing like your shows are so different than Jim's shows, you know?
Yeah, I try to do a lot different. And I'll look into the stuff that people are saying in the chat. I think Sugar Plum said something too. I'll check into it. I've been out most of the day, but I did listen to some of you guys' shows while I was out and about. But yeah, I just want to touch base. I didn't mean to hog up the show here, but
no, it's fine. You're always welcome.
I got a question.
Yes, who is it?
Christine.
Christine, hi.
Oh, hi, Christine.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
I have a Cash App name. Does anybody know Kathy Waters?
Yes.
Maybe
What's the matter?
Yes.
Who is she?
She's a follower, a subscriber. Was she in chat? What happened?
She's Kathy Waters.
Did she send you money or is she requesting money from you?
No, she sent me $10.
Oh, very nice.
That's nice.
Oh, cool.
Kathy's nice.
So I can accept it because I don't know who she is. So
yes, you can, Christine. When you put your Cash App up and somebody wants to send you some money, you absolutely can accept it. She's very nice. She's always been respectful here. She doesn't like Jim and X. But
yeah, she don't like me. She's from like the Salty Pancakes crew and all that. I don't think I've ever really had an ill will with her. I've never had like an out with her or anything. But I know she doesn't like successful people. But take her money.
Thank you, Kathy. That was very sweet.
Yes, thank you, Kathy.
So it's okay, Christine.
Okay, because I didn't know who she was, so that's why I was like, let me ask
always ask
because I don't.
That was very sweet.
Very nice of her. Yeah.
And listen, if people are sending you free money, just click yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, are you going to turn down money because you don't like? I don't know. It's weird.
I'd take it. I'd take it.
I mean, unless they said that if you accept this money, you must do these things, then no.
Yeah. Shave your head.
I've been doing this for since 2023, so I'm still, just like.
You never got a Cash App?
I done it like long time ago with some people, but like I don't know.
Did anybody ever send you money besides Kathy?
I did it for the other YouTube people too.
Okay, so I think what I think is wonderful. If this is your first Cash App, I think it's amazing. You're always welcome back. Everybody, I'm so happy to see your help supporting her. She's wonderful, and that was really kind. Yes.
Thank you. I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys because I have to go to church tomorrow morning, and it's fun. Thank you guys. Have
a wonderful night, Christine.
Have a good night, Christine.
You too.
Thank you for coming.
Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Have a good night.
No, Ken. He says eyebrows for $60. No.
I also got a Cash App in from Kathy Waters, and she says, "This is for Mr. X. You are not a diddler like Salty Pancakes."
Are you? She did not.
Oh, okay.
That's very nice.
Oh.
That's very nice. I was like, wait a minute, she's not going to go through all of that.
Well, I got confused. Actually, I was wrong about that. Sorry about that.
Good to see you, Kathy.
Kitty.
That was very sweet.
Look at that cute one.
It's Luna.
Yes, Kathy. Very nice.
Hi, Luna.
Belle is Jonelle and her fella coming. Yes, I texted her And she said, he's not there yet. He's supposed to be coming. So I'm waiting.
I saw Janelle put a post up and it says, do you want to see me make out with my boyfriend? Janelle asked. And like 85% was no.
I do.
I put yes. I was just trying to be nice. And I was like, wow.
I know.
Sure.
She texted me, X, and she said, I made a post and I said, but I don't want you to think I'm going against you or anything. But I got the spy cam and I asked people, I'm like, don't even worry. Thank you, Kathy. Don't even worry about it, this and that. And I mean, I'd fucking look. Are you kidding me? Of course I'd look. It's like just watching train wrecks. Like you can't stop. Like, and I don't mean that mean. It's just like, when there's something like back in the days in the sex clubs, you would just watch and you just couldn't stop. You weren't aroused. Well, I'm not, at least I wasn't, but it was just like, you couldn't stop watching it. I would watch.
I mean, you don't have to be aroused to watch something that's something that you don't see anywhere else.
Right.
Wait, so these sex clubs, I mean, hold on, humor me here. I was born in 1978. So I've been to strip clubs and I've never seen a live sex club with intercourse or anything. You've been to something like that? Is that New York or what?
No. Oh my God. No, the 90s, man. There was, I forgot
around in the 90s.
You were too young though. I think you were too young. And we went to these, I forgot what the name, it was a big place. And the old man, he had chains on his balls. He was chained legs to legs and people were jerking off over him. There were people having sex. And then there's these rooms where they were having orgy. Oh yeah.
What state is this in?
New York.
Oh, okay. That's what I figured. What's off the Deuce or something like that? I mean,
there have been similar things in Seattle. So in the past, in the 90s, and not anymore. It's not even close to that anymore. So.
I mean, the Limelight that closed down in New York City, it was a dance club, huge, man. Oh, it was great. But they had all these back secret rooms and shit was going down everywhere. It's just amazing. The tunnel, all the gay men, they were just there. They were doing it right there in the hallway. Excuse me, I got to go to the bathroom. I was trying to squeeze through to get to the bathroom and they're fucking, or they're giving blowjobs, Yeah, that was the 90s. It was quite interesting. I had a lot of fun. I did. People were in cages and shit, and they were spanking each other and whipping each other. And there was a jerk off wall that was like that freaked me out. Because such a germ freak. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm going to catch something.
I thought maybe you jumped in front of it or something like that.
Oh,
no. Yeah, I went against the wall. I was like, all right, go on. Do you know, somebody sent me a video. I can't believe it. It is an OnlyFans girl. And she did 100 men in one day. She put it out there to her fans, just hoping that they weren't lying about their STDs or anything. All right, Marzi, I'll bring you up. Their STDs. And she fucked 100 guys. She cried afterwards, which I would think, I don't care what you are, porn star. I don't know. I'd be fucking dead after the second one. I don't know. But then she comes back and she's going to do 1,000. To make a world record. I'm like, what the fuck is in these people's minds?
That's weird. That's just weird.
Yeah, there was condoms laying all over, and she gave them 5 minutes, and she felt guilty if somebody didn't get off and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm not judging her because clearly there's something. She didn't wake up one day and just be like, oh, this is what I want to do, OnlyFans and fuck 100,000 people. But I don't know how she lives. And she's a beautiful, when I mean beautiful, she's a beautiful young lady. And I just don't, blonde, a nice body. She seems intelligent when she talks. I was blown away by it. But anyway, that's what OnlyFans.
There was a lady back in the late 90s named Houston who used to always go on Howard Stern, and she did the Houston 500. And that was 500 guys. And for a long time, that was the record. But it's just so gross. I mean, I don't know. I've been to strip clubs before. I mean, it's kind of like, pro wrestling where it's like a fantasy, you're not really hooking up and you're kind of at a distance. Maybe there'll be a featured dancer or something like that you've seen in some porno in the past or something like that. But that's just not my scene. It's just
Did you ever
kind
go
of a waste
to,
of money.
The champagne room, like the back room?
I never really did that. It was more or less like somebody like, hey, let's go. And the guy might be an investor and something like, usually I'm not the person that could be convinced to go somewhere. You know, I'm like, nah, I'll stay here in the sports book. You know,
Right.
let's go to a bar. Let's go to the club. No, you know.
Oh my God. When we went, I forgot, I think I was 30. We all got a limousine. We went down to, what was that big strip club? It's well known in the city, women. And they
Is
give
it Scores?
Scores. That's
Yeah.
it. Scores. We had the best fucking time ever. And they give you, like, you pay, right? And they give you fake money, and that's what you use. And it you know, I mean, they're getting paid, but it's, I guess, depends on the monopoly money. But we just had the best time. They were like the sweetest girls, well, women.
Let me ask you this. So do you remember in New York where that giant, you know, place was at, the first one you mentioned, where the guys were beating off on the wall and all that stuff?
God.
Where was that at?
All right. God, I wish
That would be a great live for Belle V to return to the scene of the crime 20 years later or whatever it is.
Yeah,
30 years later, actually, is what it is now.
Yeah,
but.
it probably is 30 years. Oh, God.
Belle, while you're thinking, can I show off my latest crochet?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm going to.
Creation. Is Johnny still with us?
Yep, I'm still here.
Can you come on camera? Because I want to see your face.
New York City.
Ready?
All right.
What is it, Johnny?
It's for your cock and balls.
It's the willy warmer.
God, it's long.
Oh my God.
Actually, it's only 7 inches.
Area of the funhouse, the loft.
Yeah, but it stretches.
Indeed.
You like it, Kazoom?
Indeed, he does. I've been looking up here. I'm gonna find it, X. I'll let you know. But they are,
Good job, Marzi.
it is coming up.
It's
I'm
precious.
like the Palladium, the Roxy, fucking, oh my God, Club 57, Danceteria, Funhouse. I've been to all these fucking places. Oh my God, the Paradise Garage. There was a place, Rome, and all the men were in just white cloths covering them. No underwear, nothing. They just had little tied white cloths with little greenery on them and all these big pillars and stuff. I'm going to remember that name. It kills me. It comes to me and then I forget. But I remember it.
Where does it go?
It's off the West Side Highway. I remember it being, I think, off
what was the name of it?
I can't remember.
It's okay.
Not the tunnel, not the Limelight, not SOS. I could picture it. And all it was a sex club, a huge sex club. Oh, it'll come to me. All right. I'll think about it. Hey, Reaper. He's talking about sex. I love Reaper. So yeah, Marzi, what were you doing when I wasn't paying attention? I'm sorry. What, she left? What the fuck?
She dropped.
Yeah, she just showed it real quick and left.
It's precious. I think that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I don't like that she takes her little cock thing and just runs. Like she pops up, shows it, and takes it and runs. Like seriously.
Nope.
Well, she doesn't want us asking her any questions, is what I think it is.
About the cock sock. I'd like some questions here.
Yeah, we got questions about that.
Well, women do knit. Didn't we talk about this? Like sweaters for the dicks. And I'm just like, what? Imagine your guy has a fucking knitted thing on their dick. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Who knitted this for you? Did you get sized? I'm pissed. Who are you fucking?
Right? It fits perfectly. No, I mean, it would be funny, but I would be like, there's something wrong with you. Like, what? What are you doing? You know?
I would love Marzi to start up a knitting channel and make these and get into major knitting community drama over these.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be fucking funny as shit? And she can knit anything, I'm sure. She can knit a vagina. She can knit titties. I'm sure she could knit everything, right? Right, Kazoom? We could get her to knit anything we want. And as long as she can make a perfect mushroom head on the dick, then it's perfect. It's going to be a beautiful knit job. I'll buy it. I mean, I am not going to use it. Don't get crazy. We're going to bury the cucumber. Remember? Let's not get nuts. Getting rid of that.
Something I was going to ask you guys about. What happened to Ellen Berg? Have you guys seen her in a while?
Oh, I'm so disappointed. She came up on my panel a few times and she was just like whacked out the way she was like, oh, you drink and take pills and you do like she lives with me. Like we have conversations, like she knows anything about me. And she'd come up and say certain things and I always respected her. I, later on was like, what the fuck? But, always nice. She's been in chats just bashing me, Lacey. I forgot who else is on the list now. I thought she was above it. And it's all because we support Jim. And I really thought she was above it. I lost all respect for her. Oh.
That's too bad. Okay, well.
Mr. X, I saw her over there on Fumble Nuts channel talking shit about a lot of people.
You know what's funny is I got to admit this. So I popped into Fumble Nuts' channel last night. I think I just skimmed to I remembered where I was at. It was the hour and 52 minute mark. And I only listened to a little bit of it. And I was like, I'm just going to skip to it. I like to do this and see if they're talking about us. I mean, the whole show's about us. But so they were talking about something really small and obscure that I mentioned. I talked about Jim getting some stuff and then returning it for Christmas, like wanting the receipt. I was joking with Jim about that because that's something that I had done. And then the whole thing that I was joking with him about the whey protein was something that a neighbor did. So that was like an inside joke. His parents got, sent him whey protein, not Jim. So they went into this whole discussion about how is Jim ungrateful? Is he taking the money and gambling it? He's a prick and this and that. And it was like from one little comment that I made, because I was making fun of Jim. I was like joking with him because he would know what I was talking about. Right. We had a next door neighbor that got a book, and he was so.
Hold on one second before I forget. Kathy Waters, thank you so much. Steve, thank you so much. Very kind. Thank you. Go ahead.
He got a book, and it was about how to make do origami. And in the back of the book was like this see-through thing, and it had like a $1 bill in it. And that you're supposed to make the origami out of the $1 bill. So what I did was I stole the $1 bill out of it. And then he was like, what happened to my $1 bill? I mean, this is a gift. He was pissed off. But I used to always say, Jim stole the $1 bill to kind of push the blame on him and kind of make fun of him. And I didn't need the dollar. I just did it to be a dick. You know what I mean? And so I would do that. These fuckers went on for like 5 or 10 minutes talking about this. And that's like the only little section I heard. And I was like, wow, they're really stretching at this point, looking for something to talk about. But it's obvious, no matter where we go, they're listening to everything.
Yes. There's people who listen to me, listen to you. And they say we're losers when you're watching every fucking show.
Specifically, it was Danielle. Huh? Were they not loved? Were they not this? It was something. I was like, are you kidding me? I think Danielle drew in her eyebrows a little thicker, so she thinks she's a little bit more intelligent now, but that's not the case. By the way, Sancho, what's up? It's been almost a month, dude. Where you at? It's been over 3 weeks since you showed to Mr. X. You didn't do it yet. Where you at?
X, I've heard of origami, but what is origami?
It's when
paper folding.
Yeah, you can take paper, you can take a $1 bill, and you make it into like a little dragon. You can make it into a flower.
Oh, we used to just do little things like, okay, now.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that, but imagine being 18 or 19-year-old guy, and you get a book, okay? And the book is how to fold origami, and it's got a $1 bill in the back. Like, that's your Christmas present. It was the most ludicrous Christmas present I'd ever seen in my life. So I just thought that, he was like, oh, this guy was almost disappointed in his Christmas present, but I thought it would be ridiculous if I took the $1 bill. Not that he needed it.
Right.
And then I would always blame it on Jim. That's where some of those stories came. There's one more quick thing.
You didn't shit in the bathtub like Jim at like 30 years old.
That's true.
Where do you come from, X? I know you wouldn't be shitting in a bathtub. You'd be just taking the origami dollars.
Yeah, maybe. And we try to joke around. We try to have a good time, but
I know.
Wow, Danielle.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, X. Somehow, I didn't say this. They claim that I'm blaming Twin Mama for doxing my kid's first name when I say her name all the time. I never said that. just every little thing that any of us say, they know it all. I don't know if they have a database, they write it all down, they have an itinerary. It's aggravating. Really what it is.
There's 3 or 4 Christmas photos, Lacey, that I have of Jim opening up Christmas presents and looking with like disgusted looking faces on.
Oh
he's
my
like
God.
disappointed and he's pissed off. And his eye, like I directed him how, because I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we had, usually like, here's your new bike, smile. I mean, like, what if you were pissed off? And this is like in the 90s that we were thinking about
Jim
stuff like
doing
that.
it in real life. What the
And they're taking these pictures and thinking they were real. Like, what an ungrateful bastard. Let's talk about it for 5 hours.
Yeah, that's what they do. I had my own little segment. Yeah, they're obsessed. They have nothing going on. The highlight of their week is coming on and talking about us. I'm glad. That's good. I feel special.
We're all content. That's what we are, except Kazoom.
Kazumi's not there yet. Yeah, you don't want to get in there. Just keep it avoiding. Don't want to get in there.
Yeah, but they'll find something, I'm sure. You're right. It could just be a joke or whatever, and they just run and then they inflate it into this big fucking lie. You're like,
I listened to them discuss that 3 times. Like I rewound it, listened to it, rewound it. I was like, I'm shocked. This is like, out of all the things that I've said over the last week, maybe because I haven't talked about them very much, I'm shocked that they picked up this tiny little bit. Then Ruben Sanchez went into buying shoes and being poor and hand-me-downs. And I was like, oh my God. So I gotta figure something else out obscure so they can have some new content next week.
Have something to talk about.
I'm chastised for not giving someone money. Like I'm obligated to give somebody money. I mean, really?
No. Can you believe that? No, no. I think you showed me something, or I seen something where somebody's like, oh, you can't give money to somebody. You can't. What the fuck are you talking about? No, people, how many people I've thrown off my panel, out of the community here, this little community, because they were trying to get money from my subs. I'm not going to let you take advantage. So I understand that whole thing. And when somebody asks or whatever, it's not even like you're close, or it's just people on YouTube random that you're saying, hey, can you give me money? Or even you're teasing, hey, hit this, hit that. What? No. And no, like they would do it. Come on, like they would do it.
Well, if that was the issue, then why didn't they give the money that I was asked to give?
All right. That's right.
And nobody has to stop saying the word Callie. And I never said anyone doxed her name. I say her name all the time, people. Come on.
Hey, Leanne's back.
That's my cat's name.
Yeah, it's the short term of California. It's my daughter's name. It's your cat's name. Mr. X had a cat named Callie. I never said that anyone doxed her name. No one.
Right.
It's crazy.
Oh,
You've said that since day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Sugar Plum, real quick. I'm checking out the OTT on Chrome. I'm seeing that the 2-hour episode on XNN is spinning, but I'm seeing every other episode working. So
all right, that's good. At least you don't have to
I'll check into it more. I think Sugar Plum said that, but I think it's because I did that too quick before the other one ended. But what other choice did I have? But anyways.
Yeah, no, Don was saying none of. I think it was Don who said.
Was it Don? I'm looking at it on Chrome right now. It's working.
Okay, yeah. Earlier today for me, it was not working. Okay.
I'll check into it more tonight. And you're checking it on a phone or on a computer?
It was phone. It was earlier today. Sorry, Kazoom.
That's all right.
Lacey.
Nothing to be sorry about. Everything's fine. I didn't say no. Everything's good.
I thought he wanted to talk. I'm sorry.
No. Everything is good.
I'm a huge fangirl. I'm a huge fangirl of his. Not to make him feel awkward. He's like a celebrity.
I mean, I for a moment I did this weird thing with my hands, and I was thinking of David Bowie in Labyrinth. When he did those things with his the glass balls with his hands. So
my favorite movie from when I was a kid. You remind me of The Babe. The Babe with the Power. I love that.
This man ain't worried about nothing. He talks about dicks with me. It's fine. We can talk about anything with this man. It's fine. Okay. We talked about shaving his head yesterday. We said, you said a little bit, you had it for a short period of time. It would look good, I think. You got the head for it. Actually, Janelle does not look bad with the whole head shaved, I have to say. It doesn't look that horrific.
No.
It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Janelle just texted me. Let's just see what she said here. Okay. Good news and bad. He just left good news. Bad news is that it's going to take him a little over an hour to get here. Well,
will he come on panel?
Yeah, he agreed to come on panel. So either we wait, and which is fine. I ain't going anywhere now. And if he makes it, he makes it. If they don't, we're gonna have to do it another night. I didn't know it'd be that later, or I would have made the show just a teeny bit later, just to accommodate, because it was nice. Man, I got questions for this man. I probably won't remember them, but I got questions. This to me is interesting. She got it under her, she got her cam going. She's by herself right now, though.
All right.
No action going on. Yeah, Kazoom, no action going on right now. We're not missing nothing. PC Chrome, right. Okay, so what's next? What could we bitch about next? I kind of like bitching.
Welcome back, Leanne.
Hi, Ditzy.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just laughing because these morons.
Oh, what are they doing? Please
They
tell me.
just don't stop. I mean, my God. And you know what? It's kind of funny when you kind of know who they are, and then it just boils up, and then it's going to explode because they're stupid, because they should keep their circle small, but people tell on people when they know that they like you behind the scenes.
Right.
I got a question about something maybe Leanne knows. I mean, I saw a post where Crystal Ann was just complaining about Jim. I'm assuming it's Jim. Crystal Ann says she doesn't lie. She never lies to us, is how she says it. So here's my question. Did she get a DUI? Did she get a DWI? Was she arrested for that car crash? Will she give us a yes or no answer, or is she going to not answer that? Does anybody know the answer to that?
I would have no clue.
I have no clue.
Nope, I don't know. I don't talk to her.
Okay, well, maybe she can answer, because they listen to every little snippet of things that I say, and she doesn't want to lie about anything, so maybe she might want to come clean with that before somebody figures it out. Did you get a DUI or DWI? Did you get arrested at all? I mean, not just, because if I say it's DUI, then she got a DWI, she'll say no to one and yes to the other.
Right.
Be honest. Did you get arrested for that? Yes or no? Or charged?
In all fairness, maybe she wouldn't want to answer it, right?
Well, she's honest, she says, though. She's asking everybody else questions and writing paragraphs about Jim.
Okay.
All
right. Well.
Did you get a screenshot of the thing? Because I didn't see nothing about Jim. I seen a lot about me.
No, somebody told me about it, and I went on there and saw it this morning. I don't know if it's gone now, but there was like a long rant about, I'm assuming Jim. I mean, Jim, did you see that or no?
I wish I knew what it said. I wish I knew what it said, because no, it's not there.
People were telling me about it. Mr. X, do you see it now, or?
I could look. Give me a second.
Hey, Shannon. Oh, wait, Mr. X, I joined Jonelle's channel tonight, but I was blocked a few days ago by a rogue mod. Can you please tell her to unblock me? Thanks.
Wait a minute. Why would Mr. X tell her to tell? Why doesn't she? We don't run that channel. Well, what does that have to do with us? Yeah, I'm blocked on Twin Mamas, too. Hey, Shannon, tell Twin Mama to unblock me. I mean, I hate when people do that. That has nothing to do with us.
But you're on Jonelle's. You talk to her. She don't.
You're on Jonelle's, too. So is Marcy. We can't get people
I'll ask. Okay, Shannon, let me tell you. It don't do any good.
We'll let her know. I'll text her right now.
Yeah.
Or just go in the chat and ask, or call in on one of those shows or whatever. Email her. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I can
on
tell her.
panel. Yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, the responsibility that we have for all these people's channels. I mean, we're not trying to be lazy about it, but fuck. Well, Shannon,
I didn't realize that was your secretary.
Is Shannon on the OTT?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
Shannon, are you on the OTT?
So whatever.
I just texted her.
Going back to the Crystal Ann thing, I don't see the longer post that was out there, but I do see the post that was out there from a day ago where it says you can judge me or make accusations that are false. Here's the thing, and I don't know, but I think that this could still go into being an alcoholic. A person that this is her talking, a person that drinks a few times a month isn't an alcoholic. That's false. And let me tell you why. If you drink a few times a month and you drink to excess, you can't stop drinking, or you're on other pills and you're drinking, an alcoholic isn't somebody who drinks every single day. You can drink a few times a month and still be an alcoholic. That's why you got in that car accident.
So then, Jesus, X, I have a question. Back in my late 28 to about 30, man, I was drinking almost every night. I was doing coke every weekend. I was partying up. I wasn't an alcoholic. I wasn't a drug addict. It was my party time, and I just stopped. So how could somebody drinking a few times a month, even if it's to excess, you go out to a club, a bar, whatever, how does that make them an alcoholic? And not
if they can't stop, and they get into a point where they're drinking, even if it's infrequently, and they get into an accident, they're endangering themselves and other people.
Oh, well.
I dated a chick one time, and I heard you guys talking about Effexor and Lexapro and all that kind of stuff. And I don't want to give out her medical information, but she was on one of those SSRIs, and she was told not to drink with that stuff. And when she would drink, she would turn into a different human being on that medication. I don't think Effexor was out at that point, so it was probably Lexapro. And that she had some kind of alcoholism, and she eventually, went to AA and all that kind of stuff. I've asked people I've known about alcoholism, and you definitely can drink a few times a month and be an alcoholic if you can't stop.
I mean, if she doesn't drink all the time, it's not that was upsetting. It was upsetting on panel. She was always sweet and nice to me. She's always been very polite to me. But the times at the end I felt like it was embarrassing and I had to step away. I couldn't, say anything about that. That wasn't, that was her panel and stuff like that. But she's always been very nice.
There's plenty of people out there that are alcoholics that don't drink, but they know if they do have one, they'll get back into a bad place. Hence being an alcoholic. Betty Hayward made a video where it was Crystal Ann asking the same question within like a 15 or 20 minute span 4 times to Jim.
Oh, I did.
Something is not, so if you're on prescriptions or any kind of medication and you're drinking and you can't, I've never heard of anybody being that mentally fucked up. Not that's just born that way, but since I've been doing that, and that covers a lot of ground from the salty pancakes to a lot of these people.
I really believed, and I think she really have brain damage? I really believed the brain damage. And I really thought that had to do, she had said, yeah, Belle, I have a drink here and there or whatever. And a glass of
Belle,
wine.
I spoke at length to her ex-husband, who, by the way, she has still not shown any proof that he physically beat her or was arrested for it.
But she did. She showed it to me, and it is true.
You got it? You want to show it now?
I don't have it on me, but I swear.
I haven't seen
I swear on my grandkids, she showed me the paperwork.
All right, we'll send it over.
Jim, I don't have it.
How did she show it to you? How did she show it to you?
In a text message, she took pictures of it, so I've seen that. I can verify that.
Yeah,
Jim,
listen, she needs to post it like she does everything else. And what was the what did she text you? What did you see?
The paperwork, the court papers.
That she had a restraining order, that he had beaten her and was arrested? What were the paper? What did it say?
I said court papers.
Okay, what does that mean?
I didn't read through the whole thing and looked all the details.
Like I said,
when did this happen?
You're trying to get totally detailed, and I don't.
No,
I look at it.
I got court papers on salty. Hold on. I'm the only one that talked to her fucking ex-husband. None of you did. Now listen to how this sounds. I saw text messages of court papers that I don't have, but I don't know how detailed they were. So it could be a restraining order. Doesn't mean that he was beating the shit out of her.
No, I read it. It said something like that he knocked her. Oh God, Jim.
Yeah, but
I don't know word for word. It's been so long ago. I seen it though.
You can accuse somebody of anything you want. You're telling me he was prosecuted and convicted?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, well, I would be sure. If I was you, I would be totally sure. That's why I said I talked to her husband. I didn't say I'm sure. Her ex-husband and her ex-husband's family told me she is a total fucking whack job. She stole money. She stole the fucking house from them. She alienated their son from the father. She collected $2,500 a month in child support for an entire almost 2 decades off of this fucking guy. This is what he said. I'm not saying that I agree, disagree, he's a good guy or did. He says unequivocally he was never convicted of anything like she says. Now, did she say he hit her? Yeah. There's tons of women that say Bill Cosby did stuff. You've got about as much proof as we do on other people, and we had to go up one side and down the other of some of these people before anybody believed us. You might have seen a text message that said that there was something like that, and I'm not being mean to you. I'm just saying,
I know, but I've seen the pictures too. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I saw pictures of her with bruises all over her face too when she's been married to Rob, but according to her, she fell down a fucking flight of steps or a cabinet hit her or her dog did it or something else. What I'm saying is 95% of these people make up shit depending on who they're arguing or fighting with. Okay?
Well, so may I ask a question?
Danielle's a perfect example. Yeah. Where's the paperwork on Gemini guy? Where's the proof?
So Leanne says she's seen paperwork. Now, this is my question. Do you think Fumblenuts only did that to his wife one time, or do you think that was something that escalated so out of control from little hitting to full on beating to then nearly biting the skin off her face and arm and trying to kill her?
I talked to Fumblenuts' brother. I talked to Fumblenuts' ex-wife's sister who had the children when it went on.
Brother-in-law, right?
Hold on. I talked to Fumblenuts' ex-wife's second husband. His name was Mark. I spoke with his current wife's baby daddy, and they all said the exact same thing to me. And none of them have really ever spoken to each other. Fumblenuts' ex-wife's second husband has never spoken to the baby daddy that I know of. He's a construction worker of her kid. And they all said the same thing. When we were face-to-face with him, he didn't talk shit at all. He didn't fucking dare cross a line. They said that now they all did say pretty much the same thing. He's a psychopath. He's a drug addict. And he's only mean to people that he knows he can get away with it. That's why he went to Jim Terry Music and not to St. Leo University. So what I'm telling you, asked a very good question. He has never been convicted of any of that. And the woman that he was with when he did that 10 years ago was the only woman that he was with, according to the interviews I did. He wasn't cheating on her. There was no women on the side. I don't think he was with her since he was 20 and she was 15, or he was 19 and she was 15. You asked a very good question. Do I think he did it to other women? No, because I don't think that's a guy that had a lot of women.
Well, no, that's not my question.
Hold on. Do I think he did that to her? Yes. Before that, definitely.
So you don't think it's
okay.
You don't think
hold on. So that's two totally different answers to two totally different questions. So I don't think he had a ton of chicks that he dated. I think he was with that girl mostly. Do I think he might have done some stuff to her? I would, if I had to bet in Vegas, I would say yes. Did he do anything to that degree? I would say no, but I wouldn't have convicted him of that unless there was something in writing like we saw. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. Does that answer your question?
Yes. What my point is, a lot of the times it starts out small and it escalates. So when I hear this on the streets around here, oh, it was one time. He only did it one time. He's changed. No, there was much more going on for a period of time. Would he probably do it again? Probably does. I don't know. Who knows, right? A lot of the times they get into the woman's mind and they silence her. They shame the woman. They devalue her. And they make her feel like
wake up one day and act like that. I don't care if you're on drugs
right.
or not. No.
I don't know the world of drugs. I don't know what that had to do with it back then. All I could do is I could tell you that I asked a shitload of people, And they said not once did he ever fuck with any exes, any other baby daddies. I've got a million of those cases, women I've dated whose exes wanted to fucking buck up. You could ask a million fucking people in Twice on Sunday, and I've dealt with guys like that. Fumble nuts, I could not find one person that was ever in a fight with him, one person he ever fucked with, other than his ex-wife. And I interviewed his brother. I interviewed his ex-wife that he beats sister.
But men are different. He abuses women, not men.
He abused that woman. Now, the difference between the woman he's with now and the woman that he was with back then, and I know why he did it, because we interviewed that woman's sister, the godmother that actually had children, or the aunt when she had those children. And I know where he is, and if you follow the OTT, you would have heard that. But as far as the woman he's with now, if I had to bet that he's done the same thing to her that he did to her, I would say no. Where I've interviewed virtually every one of Salty Pancakes' baby's moms except one, and they've all got the exact same story, and none of them have ever talked to each other. He beat me. He hit me. I'm sorry?
I don't think he's biting her, but I think he's abusing
her. Well, I mean,
there's
worse things you could do to somebody than biting him. Do I think that he's done anything to the degree to this woman that he did to the other woman? No, and let me tell you why. Because without this woman, he doesn't even have that $88,000 house. I think he's old enough to know that at this point, if he had to start over, he'd be living back with his fucking parents in a trailer. Like, I think the motivation is what he has. So does he do some stuff to her? I don't fucking know. But what I could tell you is, if I had to bet, I think he's a little smarter this time, because I think without her, he has nothing. Just like I think Salty Pancakes with the woman that he's with now, I think, a lot of these guys get these big, and there's a reason that they're with big fat women. Okay, let's be fucking honest here. Salty's married to a fucking woman who's over 200 pounds. Fumble Nuts is married to a woman who weighs more than him. And the reason they're with these women is a lot of these women will put up with more of that, because where the fuck are they going to go? Who the fuck's going to date Fumble Nuts' wife? Fucking Two Fries? I mean, give me a fucking break.
Let's also not forget that Fumble Nuts, before all this, was arrested for theft when he was working at whatever that little car parts place was.
Hey,
but here's the big question that somebody like Watcher Crazy needs to ask herself, and these people who want to come after Mr. X, is look at it like this. Fumble Nuts dropped out in 8th grade. I don't even think he ever made it into 9th grade. And he started dating and then marrying somebody that was younger than him, that was a sophomore in high school. So he's 19 years old and some change, and this girl's 15 years old. He wasn't in school for all these years. We're talking like 4 years. So my question is, when I was 19, you saw what I was doing at 19. I was at St. Leo University playing basketball, selling out arenas. What was this guy doing hanging out with freshmen and sophomores in high school? Were they in the same trailer park?
Taking control because they're under.
Right. I didn't. When I played basketball, okay, I was playing with people who were older than me, people who were 20, 21. The only time that I ever had interaction with high schoolers is when I went back to the high school that I graduated from and played an alumni game. I wasn't hanging out with 15-year-olds when I was almost 20. That's the creepiness that led to the beating.
And her father, his ex-wife's father, was also dying of cancer. I mean, the whole story was given to us by the sister.
The kids were in some other state. You remember that part of it? So he had the opportunity.
The kids were in Missouri. And what happened was, according to the story I was given by the sister, who, by the way, never went to court. His ex-wife never went to court on that, and I guess still talks to him to this day. I don't even think his kids knew that this existed until then. But you ask a very good question. Does he do that to the woman that he's with now? I think he's an overbearing prick to her. I think he's a uneducated maintenance guy. So I don't think their life is that great. I'm sure they're not reading poetry or going on any lavish vacations. And I'm sure that their life is about as good as they ever thought it would get. But I think his bread is buttered with her. He knows that if he fucks around with her or does that to her, that, he probably is going to be on the streets. You know what I mean?
There are men that have women that they're using them, and they know that their butter is breaded. And boy, do they mentally, emotionally, physically fuck with them just to keep them there. They make them think nobody's going to want you. Nobody this, that. They have children with them. I just can't get on the board with that. No, I don't believe in change. No, not at all.
My point, to tie it back all together, Chris Land has paperwork. My point was, yes, there's a case with Fumble one time, right? I don't believe that he only, right. I don't believe that's the only time he did something to that woman.
That's who I'm talking about. I hope
exactly
I'm the same person. Fumble.
You don't just start gnawing on people like you're a freaking cannibal and beating them out of nowhere.
Let me also say this, that 15-year-old who was obviously later an adult was a low-life piece of shit too. I mean, they were involved in barbiturates. Did you see how they lived? Like, no woman that I've ever lived with would allow me to live in that kind of filth and not pay rent and not pay, you know what I mean? He was getting evicted from places. The guy's a scumbag.
Charges.
So she's no peach either. She doesn't deserve to get hit, obviously. But you know,
she's younger, groomed. She was younger and groomed, probably.
Lots of drugs too, correct? He was on lots of drugs at that time?
We don't know. The only thing that we can verify is he violated his probation after the biting and the fighting with the woman for barbiturates, whatever that is.
Probably to control his anger, but it only made him angrier. It's a side effect.
Let me put it to you this way, Bill. Maybe you'll understand this. In the interview that I did with his sister-in-law, for lack of better terms, basically what happened is the kids had gone to Missouri. They had broken up to some degree. She was living at the family house. He was out at a bar. She had started to tell people around their redneck trailer park trash residencies that she had moved on because she had gotten a new job, a better job than she had had. She started waiting for she started getting her shit together for when her kids come back so that she will take those children on and work. He found out at a bar very late at night that she had moved on, but she supposedly in the court papers and with her family said she had moved on with the job. He had assumed she had moved on with another guy. He went over to the house, forced his way in, did what he did. She got away. When she got away, he tried to run her off the road, just like Justin Rounds did to his ex-wife, and tried to kill her. Don't forget, he didn't just choke, bite, strangle, and beat her. He tried to run her off the road. So it wasn't like I was defending myself or I bit her.
That's what I'm agreeing with you, but right. I don't agree with that. You don't think he was abusive before that or abusive now?
No. Hold on. I didn't say that. What I said was I thought somebody said was he abusive to other women. I don't think there was any other women. Usually 20-year-old men that are with 16-year-olds don't have a lot of other women around unless they're other 16-year-olds. He got with her because they're probably, when you're 20 years old, a 16-year-old, 15, 16, well, it was 20, she was 15, 16. When you're 20 and they're 16, usually they don't have a lot of, that's going to look like a great thing. He's got a car. She didn't. Her dad's
power dynamic.
What'd you call it, Lacey?
Power dynamic.
Right. Like Lacey's always trying to be a power dynamic with me. She's always wanting to pay her, things of this nature. So that's kind of so. But did I think he was abusive? What we call abusive to the woman he eventually got arrested for? Definitely. I thought you meant was there other women in his life? I don't think there was. I think he went from 8th grade to her. I think he was pretty much a fucking eunuch. And I also.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say that she would have been
gay too.
He did come off gay.
New woman too. If you don't think he's not abusive, I totally disagree with you.
He would have been about 35, 34 when this incident happened, and she was 28, 29. So that's a long stretch from being 19-year-old, 7 months, and barely 16. So she was, she'd been an adult for a while.
He was 19, and she had moved in with him when she was 15. Then she turned 16. They got married, probably because the laws were going to change.
Okay, well then when did he get arrested? How old?
10 years ago.
Went 3 years older.
Jim was probably 14 years ago.
14 years ago. I'm sorry, 14 years ago. Yeah.
He was 35.
He was 3. Oh, was he 35? So he was,
He was
5 years
35
older than.
It's not like he was 21 fucking up like salty pancakes did.
Right.
He was 35 years old and she was probably 29, 30.
Okay.
5 years older than me. Wow.
And I don't believe, I think it's like being, I think it's like sucking a cock for a dude or whatever. Once you beat one woman, you're a woman beater, even if you never beat another one. So I don't give a fuck if he did it. He doesn't have, what's the cutoff for beating women where you're a woman beater? 6, 3, 2? I think once, always.
One time.
Yeah.
One time.
Here's what I see with him. I see with him, like why I always fight him and say, I see the tendencies in him.
Yep.
When he gets on and he gets pissed and he starts rattling off and calling women bitches.
Exactly. I saw that with Jim's dad. His anger starts ramping up.
Yes.
I'm going to sue you. And then when he called me on the phone, it's almost like one of those Japanese animation people where they power up. I'm going to beat your ass if I see you in person. I'm going to, he works up to it, but he doesn't have the courage to see the Mr. X in person.
He's holding so much back because he doesn't want.
He's an animal. He's animalistic.
He wants to be loved. He wants people to like him, but he can't do what we do. See, I talked about John. I see Johnny's still here. I talked about Johnny on the show the other night because Johnny got to 3 years, right? And I said, this is a perfect example, and it's a learning tool, I guess, for Johnny and for everybody else. But Johnny's been around for 3 years, but half that time Johnny wasted that he could have been making money on Fumble Nuts. Fumble Nuts wasn't giving him any money. That group wasn't giving him the kind of money that the Jim Terry TV community gave after and before and after. So he's been online for 3 years, but a year and a half of that was wasted. Fumble Nuts takes people down. He brings people down. He brought down Johnny for a year and a half, and he brought down his wife and everybody else around him. And I know for a fact, I don't give a fuck what they say. I was on the phone with Jim. I could witness it. I don't bullshit. I don't embellish things. I heard that police officer call and say he was a snitch. I asked the police officer questions. I'm not embellishing anything. That guy's a fucking confidential informant. Unless that guy was some kook that he had too much information on him on Fumble Nuts just to make that up. And I was shocked. And I told Betty Hayward that too.
I believe you.
And this is when I used to call people off air, and I told her, she's like, really?
And he wasn't just a police officer. He was a high-level narcotics detective. This isn't some beat cop in fucking Toledo. This guy was a high-level Southwest Atlanta cop. You know what I mean? And the bottom line is this with him. You just, when it comes to a human being like that, he is only going to go and do things that are in the wheelhouse of what he wants to accomplish. And I know what his ultimate goal is. And it's two different things. But what I can tell you is in 2.5 years, what has he succeeded? When was the last time any of the 3 mothers that he is so adamantly defending about me have ever come on his show? Where are any mothers of any cases I've worked in the last 2.5 years? And let me tell you something. I've worked on a hell of a lot more cases in the last 2.5 years than I did the 3 years leading up to that. And let me tell you something else. The only difference is I don't go on Zav Girl and talk about it anymore. You haven't seen one. They want you to believe it's because there are none. Even if my name is listed in the credits of fucking reality shows, they don't fucking want to acknowledge it. It is what it is. It's a narrative. Just like when Watcher of Crazy called the police, first thing she says, did you read the article? Did you read? Go ahead and see what's on Jim Terry on the article. She didn't say, hey, look at the article about Gloria Alvarado or any of the other Jed Hall or any of those. No, look at the article in Rolling Stone magazine. Look at Rolling Stone article. She didn't say, like I told the cop the other day, did you look into the people in that article 3 months after that article came out? How are they all doing now, and how's Jim Terry doing? Who's hiding? Me or Candace Cooley, Candace Howard, and Easterling Martin? They seem to be the ones that never come up on any panels.
Well, Jim, I think they've moved on from this, and their names are used as like a headliner and as a screen to say, this is why we're doing it.
They had to move on. Let me explain it. First of all, Easterling Martin, her father-in-law ran for sheriff, came in third out of 3.
It was her father. It was her father.
Came in third out of 3. In fucking Mississippi for sheriff, got 600 votes. Didn't even get 700 votes. Got humiliated. She never found her kid. It got exposed as a fucking loon. Had to rely on Kaylee. That's number one. Candace Howard, how could she come on a show ever when her son murdered her husband, his father-in-law? I'm sorry, his stepdad. Murdered him. And she was so cognizant of the entire scenario that they locked, stock, barrel, shut, case closed. Nothing came out on that because she knew that we would talk about it. She had to disappear. That was a year and a half ago. And then Candace Cooley, just Dylan Rounds, it's over. And the police report came out where she admitted that there was some gay stuff going on. There's your stories. They had to go away.
Well, and they probably chose to, and that's, I'm looking at it from this point of view. They bring it up as an excuse to hide their shitty behavior and to seem like there's some kind of heroes when in reality, they're not fighting for anything for those women. Those women have long gone away.
You don't believe, Lacey, that any of those 3 women or any of the mothers of cases I've worked on still deal with fumble nuts?
Well, when they did, they were very present and visible. They're not here anymore.
What makes you say that?
I just don't think that they want to be associated with him because he's nothing. He's an abusive person.
He just was going after you. That's it. Yeah. And then they find out he's an abusive person. He's supposed to be here for all the mothers, and all he does is verbally abuse women on YouTube and make videos and shorts, and he hates on you. And like what is helping the mothers?
He only cares about a certain few. And you can look at that panel and see who he cares about, and it's not those mothers.
Who is it?
Well, look at what he surrounds himself with, Jim.
Right. You never see him bring Twin Mama up on his show.
Exactly.
That's what I don't remember Johnny going on there unless something crazy happened. No, he has the same 4 or 5 people that come up. Ruben Sanchez, the retard laying the pipe, Betty Hayward, Danielle, and him.
Must be a private club.
That's essentially it. And then once in a while, the mutants.
This is something I realized. That panel is a 2-party state panel. They can run their mouths. Nobody can call their relatives and record calls. But when somebody does get it, they get like a little accolade, a little pat in the back. But then it's back to let's focus on the, small little comments made about the special ones.
They won't have Watch Her Crazy on that panel. I see Fumble Nuts and Watch Her Crazy's chat rooting her on after, don't forget, Watch Her Crazy and Betty Hayward hated each other. Now, all of a sudden, since Watch Her Crazy's going hater, not that we didn't know that she was going to go hater, now they're okay with her again. Doesn't seem like Betty's over there, though. I'm just saying, I agree. That's a small group, about 5 or 6 people.
Yep, that's what it is. But they use those mothers still, bring their names up. And they don't even really care about them. They care about their little 2-party state group.
2-party state? You mean 1-party state?
Oh, yeah, 1 part. Okay, so everybody up there, whichever one.
No, they're all in 2-party states. They're in Florida and California. That's a 2-party state.
Oh, okay, I got it back. I always get that back.
Everyone on that panel is a 2-party state person. You notice that?
I only did when you told me.
You know what? I've never put that together. So, yeah, everybody's either in California or Florida.
Yep. They don't care about Twin Mama because she has actual issues. So when her relatives get called, oh, poor Twin Mama for 5 minutes, but then let's move on and talk about someone's fat face for a few hours and how that hurt her feelings. But fuck Twin Mama.
A fucking mental case. You can't make this shit up. You can't. Yep. Only YouTube, man. You're so right, Lacey.
I see it. They don't. The idiots that follow don't.
Queen, you always say my volume's low. Usually I'm loud.
I think what happened, though, this is just my take on it. And Jim, tell me if you think I'm wrong. This is what I think happened. Fumble Nuts came up on Johnny Yarbrough's panel. He wanted to be in a spot like King Samoan was. This is from me watching it from a distance. He wanted to be a part of it. Okay. And he tried to ingratiate himself or put himself into a situation that he'd be more valuable by going to Jim Terry music and this and that. And as the wheel turned and we didn't realize who he was and that he was the same guy that contacted us about Kaylee and the Hungry Howies and all that, he wanted to be part of something. He got exposed after he went into Jim Terry music on chapter 1 on Rumble which, by the way, they got taken down. I don't know how we have like 30 episodes on Rumble that were taken down, but somehow they managed to do it. But, so he got exposed. When he got exposed, it's the same thing as going to Jim Terry Music when I'm there in Florida at St. Leo University. He had to go all in.
He was talking to Betty when she was on your show.
He was talking to her then.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because the one show where he was, his wife was sick, and he was on the panel with Betty and Danielle. He sent her. He said he drew a picture of her and sent it to her, and they clipped that part out of Betty's video too. He said.
If that's the case, Betty, I used to have conversations with her on the phone, not all the time. I'm not saying that's not true. I never heard that directly from her. But then again, she's two-faced, and I tell you what, when I told her that the information, you got to keep this quiet. We're not telling a whole lot of people this, but we heard about this confidential informant thing. And I told her that, and she was kind of blown away. And then Jim and I had a conversation. We're like, well, kind of Betty's in the same scenario. She got out too. And then we asked her the question. I remember where I was standing at when I told her and when I asked her the same question. And she was kind of blown away by it both times. She didn't say, no, I'm going to talking to Fumble Nuts or anything like that. If she was, I was unaware.
Well, that's probably when she left you and escaped and hid under alts and wore like Graph's chat.
Well,
I mean, come on.
Bound by us. There's no escaping anybody. I mean, all you have to do is just turn off your YouTube like Candace Howard or Miss T did. And I told Betty Hayward, I said that the best thing to do is just to, go away. Then you don't have to worry about, going back and forth with Jim. I was trying to play good cop, bad cop. I was a good cop. Jim was the bad cop. Send me the footage. I don't have it. She lied about it. She obviously has the footage. She's shown it since then.
Yeah.
I
don't know why she wouldn't give it to you.
Well, I got it now anyways. It doesn't matter. YouTube gave it back to me. I got it all.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't even matter. It just, I didn't have it for 10 months. I got it now.
I mean, that's creepy shit too, right there. Holding
But
on.
I didn't get that either, Belle. It's like you're going to split up. Give him the footage. What's the big deal?
I agree.
Well, then she had
She was a victim.
Equalizer standing up.
Yes.
She doesn't have it. Just leave her alone.
She's a big victim.
And she's only has little pieces of different shows and this and that. Well, she obviously lied about that because since then, I mean, I'm the only one that has XTV. Jim doesn't even have it because it was gone for 10 months. Well, the only other person that would have it would be Betty because she was clipping those shows too. Now does she have every single moment of every one of them? No, but she had a lot of it and she could have sent it to me.
But still, like 2 years worth of shit, 2.5 years worth. Like even when they pulled up that picture of me, I'm like, holy shit, that's like over a year. Like, why are you holding on to this shit? Like, seriously, who? I'm not holding on to nothing for years. Like, why? For what? Against you?
The content was probably useless anyway. She probably only had stuff clipped where she was talked about.
Maybe. I mean, probably, and I don't know, but I said I would have gladly taken anything she had because I was trying to. I didn't know at that point that I'd be able to get it 10 months later.
It was parts probably where y'all were licking her ass, or it was about her. That's all it is.
Well, what's weird is the one that I said if I could just choose one to have. If you have any one on it, I think the one that I'd want would be the Robbie one, and she happened to have that full one. Go figure.
Did you get the Robbie one or no?
Yeah, I have everything. I have everything. Yes, I got. She sent me one. I think it was the Robbie one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was something else. But there were ones that we did where we dressed up as doctors and we, exposed sleeper cell and all that. Like there was one where there was like this is the one I wanted to discuss. A 5-hour show where it was me, Arkansas, Watcher Crazy, Miss T, and Betty Hayward, and they were all talking about their drug use. I mentioned that show. Betty Hayward clipped the part of a 5-hour show where she had a moment where she talked about not doing drugs.
Okay.
I interviewed those 4 women about their drug use over the years. I have that show now too. I have the full show. So I've not now. I've had it
the other day because I wasn't really following. I had no fucking clue. I am usually clueless about what's happening. And I said, why did it go so south with me? And she was saying,
well, let me explain what was going on. This is why we knew what Watcher and Leanne, whether Leanne realized it or not, were doing, because what Watcher had been doing over the last couple of months with Crystal Ann was exactly what Betty Hayward did.
100%.
Betty Hayward was helping take care of some lady. And no, what she was doing is she was hedging her bets, building a rapport with those people over there, and slowly trying to make it look like we were doing, until she should have just said, hey, listen, I'm over there with them. Watcher of Crazy was doing the same thing. But when Kiri paid for her membership and she declined it after giving excuses about a ton of other reasons, we knew for a fact it would have been like, it would have been like,
I can't be this dumb, Jim.
No, you're dumb. You're fucking
I can't be. No, I can't be that dumb.
You didn't realize, or you just didn't get taken along, because this has happened to you several times. What I'm telling you is, what Watcher of Crazy did, we knew she was going to do, because it's exactly how Betty Hayward did it. And Betty Hayward didn't have her own channel. She just wanted to be part of somebody else's.
Yeah,
and when Kiri said, there is two people, Jim, that should be on the OTT that are following you guys around everywhere. They're on every panel you're on, and they're not on the OTT, but they're talking about it on other shows. I'll go ahead and pay for Leanne and Watcher of Crazy. Leanne had her reasons. Watcher of Crazy had hers. We knew unequivocally the reason Watcher of Crazy didn't want to be on the OTT is because she was getting ready to, or hoping to have the ability to do what she's doing now. And look at all the people that are over there. It's 100% what happened.
With Crystal
but I'm
Ann,
with Leanne because I can't be that stupid either.
I know. I think that you were targeting us because you were scared that something was happening. Now, you went after her. She kept hopping down. What happened? How did you feel when she kept hopping down off the panel with you?
Our audience, we were building Crystal Ann's Friday show. Our audience realized that your hearts were not with us, and that she might have been used. And they said, we are not going to support somebody who does not even want somebody else to pay. You want us to build, not you, Leanne, but Crystal, we're going to build a channel for Crystal Ann, which you and Watcher were on continuously. And the two people that are on a channel that we're getting, how many people are watching you right now, Belle?
138.
Okay. And that would have been
Danielle and also Betty Hayward. Betty Hayward, we'll get back to you in a second about your lies. Go ahead.
And then, so what happens is we build that up. And then when Kiri bought that membership, a lot of our people said, fuck Crystal Ann. Tell her we don't want to support a show that is going to be Crystal Ann and Rob and Watcher of Crazy and Leanne, because you guys were on that show a lot. We're not going to support her on a Friday night. So I called her and I said, you got to take those two down or our crowd isn't going to be there. Well, she wanted more money. She wanted to have loyalty to you two guys. And she kept you two instead of our crowd, because I think she thought our crowd would stick around. And when they didn't, Watcher and Lincoln Kane did what he did, Watcher of Crazy took the opportunity to say, well, fuck Jim Terry. He didn't want me around over there. It wasn't just me. It was the majority of our followers, and that's obvious when she goes live against anybody else. She fires her show and goes live right now. She's going to have 30 people.
Okay.
They're all here.
But I hate arguing this point, and I'm not going to change what I feel about what happened. That's not going to change. What I feel is she chose somebody that was with her.
Crystal Ann did, you mean?
Yes. And
Crystal Ann chose the ultimatum to keep Watcher of Crazy and you on her show and to test whether or not my crowd would stay. That is exactly what happened.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Within an hour of that show,
she tried.
Within an hour of the show, she lost 48% of her crowd. Within a week, she had lost almost 90% of it. Then not only because of our crowd leaving, but the Lincoln Kane thing didn't help at all. Watcher of Crazy swooped right in. She picked up whatever was left over. She got people like, well, let's look at her. It's like politics. Let's look at her crowd. Girl Ryan, all the Fumble Nuts people that had nowhere else to go, and people that weren't on the OTT. So there's where she gets her 45 to 71 people on a good day. And then if it's higher than that, it's because our people go over there and want to see what she's saying. Other than that, she doesn't have anything. Queen of OC, they all know.
When Crystal Ann went away, Watcher Crazy had no place to go. She wasn't going to go on Fumble Nuts because Betty Hayward doesn't like her. And because of that incident where Watcher Crazy was playing voicemails of Betty Hayward.
Bring her with us.
Yeah. And so what happens is now, Leanne, you really don't have a place to go. You guys were going to treat her wrong over and over. Now that's over with. So what does Watcher Crazy do? Fire back up her channel and only do content about us or replaying Janelle's show or whoever. That's what happened. There was no place left for you guys to go. You could go to Bob's. She wasn't as going to as much. And Bob,
you weren't going to stop me.
Real quick, before I forget about this with the Betty Hayward thing, I wanted this for Belle V, who might not have been around. Betty Hayward told us, and I want you just to clearly put this into your head, Belle, because you don't know this story. When she wanted to not be part of the show anymore, she said the reason was she was taking care of a friend's mother who lives in Crystal River, Citrus County. Now, Betty Hayward lives in Orlando. This is across the state in North. So if you look where Fumble Nuts is at to where I was at in Pinellas County, this is even a further drive. And I said, listen, this doesn't make any sense. Why doesn't the daughter take care of the mom? Why are you driving across the state? Well, the daughter's dead. I said, and then she said that there was no cell service in this area. By the way, Crystal River and that Weeki area and all that place up there, and I don't remember the exact area, all of that stuff has fucking cell service. That's ridiculous. So we even offered to buy her a phone, I think, at one point. She had every excuse possible to try to get out of it. And her story didn't add up. She was just lying. Oh, and Jim saw right through it. And I was trying to be nice to her. I was like, Jim, let's just be nice to her. She has the footage. She's the only one that can give me the footage. She was coming on our Rumble show. But you see how Jim is? Like, when we can't get a hold of, what's her name? I'm trying to think of her name. BJ? We can't get a hold of her. She's not answering. Betty Hayward had a clear, very weird reason why she could. Like, she already had the reason to set up to lie her way out of it. It didn't make any sense. And
I don't understand why not. Like, look at with BJ, right? Whatever happened, life changes. Let's say she was unhappy, whatever the case may be. You just say, look, guys.
BJ adds up, though. She's pregnant.
No,
she's got a new guy living there. Betty Hayward's situation did not add up.
But I'm saying, why couldn't she just be honest with you two and just say, hey, I'm not into this anymore. Whatever, I want out, and here's your videos. Thank you.
She kind of did. She kind of did at first, but then it was harder to get a hold of her and to get any answer from her. She did at first. And I said, my suggestion to you, Betty, is just go away from YouTube from all the way. Just don't have anything to do with it. But she was already plotting and pivoting to go on to another show. And either that show was Lincoln Kane, which that didn't last very long for ladies' nights and a couple bucks, and or to Fumble Nuts. That part of it, I don't know.
The other thing she did too that was interesting, Belle, that they never, and I don't, is she said and creator. So her channel went. I don't believe that. I think she made her away because 99.9% of her channel, how great the show was, how much she loved. It was all stuff. So she had to make up the reasoning that her channel got struck down so that she could, because if she would have just taken the channel down, we would have known what was up. Right. She was systematically moving into a different school zone while still being in school with us. And if we weren't as persistent as we were, see, I put people's feet to the fire. I kept saying, Betty, where you at? Come up here, Betty. You better call me by tomorrow. Betty, where she wanted to kind of, just pull the rug out from under us one day and be over there. And
did you have an inkling at that time?
Just like I didn't let Watcher of Crazy and Leanne do that with Crystal Ann. We blew it up.
Did you have an inkling with Betty at that time?
Yes, 100%. Definitely.
I didn't know
because the story
first time Mr. X was convinced she was okay. I knew she wasn't. First, it was she was dating, or not dating. She was hanging out with this girlfriend. Then it was this elderly lady she was helping. And then it was, then we were just really bad people. I mean, come on. I mean,
and don't forget, Leanne, all the while, all this stuff that's going on, allegedly, she was sending out nudes to all these different men for money. What if we found that she had, like I always talk about catching up to zero, she was compiling issues and getting further away in our eyes. You know how pissed we would have been if we would have found out that she, at that point, that she was fucking sending out nudes for money to people? It didn't come out later.
And for you not to believe that what I'm saying is true, Leanne, means you must not have listened to a couple of Watcher Crazy's first show where she says, I was just being nice so I could get back in. I was using you. You got played. She admits to doing what I said. And it was because she admitted it.
I'd have to see that. I mean, I didn't see that at all. So.
Yeah, and I believe that. I think you were obtuse to that. I think you thought we were just being pricks and starting fights with her. What you didn't see on our end is no matter what I thought or what you think I thought, there was an overwhelming number of people that were spending their time and money on Crystal Ann's show on Fridays that were like, if Watcher of Crazy is on that panel and doesn't want to be on the OTT when somebody like Kiri is paying for it, we don't want to support somebody who needs Watcher of Crazy. So it took me about 2 weeks and I gave her that ultimatum. I said, listen, we're not going to continue to build a channel and we'll see how loyal she is. Well, she was way more loyal to you and to Watcher. And now she doesn't even talk to you, doesn't have a channel, and Watcher pretty much. But I think Crystal Ann has always kind of been there with Watcher. The Lincoln Kane thing really fucked her up bad.
Remember when Johnny came on one of these shows, started, kind of crying a little bit, and it was saying, I don't really have anybody left. There's nobody left that's going to come up there. Fumble Nuts is going to take everybody away from me. And Jim's like, I'll help you. And systematically, Johnny not only got the same people that Crystal Ann was getting, but got more people. So if Johnny right now were to go against Crystal Ann, Johnny would slaughter Crystal Ann. So he got.
And I think with Johnny too, you're right. I think that's right. And I think with Johnny too was also how to run a show. He's learning how to make money, and you're never going to be besties with all these people in real life. So priority number one is you and him and PZ.
Let me ask you this. Forget what I think, what you think, who's right, who's wrong. What if Crystal Ann would have thrown you and fucking Watcher of Crazy off her channel? You think she'd still be in the midst of zero? If she would have thrown you and her off and said, I'm sorry, Jim doesn't want you on, guys. It's a business decision. Maybe in the future, she would not have any of the issues she has right now. You can't argue that.
I do remember that, Dawn. Oh, Mr. X, he only picks on women. Not even 6 or 8 months later, he's assaulting his girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine if Twin Mama a year and a half ago would have told Raditha, shut the fuck up, get off here. Oh, she's my cousin and I love her. Now she's down to 31 people. And it's just a matter of.
Raditha. It was Edie.
Was it?
Edie Ruth. You're right.
Edie Ruth, whatever the fuck. Another train wreck. and if she would have told Edie Ruth,
her.
Shut the fuck up, she would have had BJ's channel. She would have had 81 plus, probably more, because we would have had a major head start. People, there's
BJ got her money. And here's the thing. Now Johnny Yarbrough and Janelle are getting BJ's money. Or more.
Yeah.
Whatever with Crystal Ann's.
You know what it's like? Let me put it
maybe
this
they
way.
didn't make the decision to make the money.
You go to a grocery store, you can buy a hot whole chicken for $7.99. If they don't sell all those chickens, the next day they're in the freezer section for $4.49. We're the hot chicken in the deli. And you know what all those assholes are? They're the day old shit, but they're still getting money for it. And then you know what happens when they throw it in the dumpster? That's fucking Watcher of Crazy. That's fucking Fumble Nuts. And that is fucking anybody that's of that ilk. That's how they're, they did that. And if Watcher of Crazy and Leanne really at any point cared about Crystal Ann, they would have said, you know what? Jim Terry doesn't want us here. You have 170.
I told her that.
You have 178 people watching you. Maybe we better just go, Crystal Ann. But they didn't do that.
Yes, I did. I told her that. I told her, I don't want to ruin what you got going.
There's people out there too, and I don't want to sound like a dick, but this is the truth, but sometimes I do. Like Tennessee Gambler or Blue Diamond and others that say, I'm only going to go to these other channels that are outside the OTT when either Mr. X or Jim are on it. Frankly, that's the truth. And I'm only going to watch while they're on it. They said it last night. Both of them. I mean, Blue Diamond's in particular one of them, but there's more than that. And the numbers prove it. They lost that. And those people, by the way, are the most generous too. Bad move.
Well, that was a shit show, huh? That's all I
Which
could
one?
say about that. I didn't pay attention to the whole thing with Crystal Ann. I was already like,
Yeah, I think you were
Yeah, I
kind of
backed
gone for a
away.
chunk of that. And, her show got really hot. I thought Rob was kind of coming into his own as a host. He had something different to talk about.
yes.
Rob was
I like
good.
Rob, but
I like him.
I kind of got to worry about Rob a little bit with a situation like Crystal Ann. I mean, Crystal Ann's kind of a fuck up. I mean, she really is. And, all those people that go through military, and God bless them, they come out with a PTSD. There's something, going on. And we've seen, how many people have we seen not go through the military, like Melted Copper, that are just fucked up too? I can imagine. I mean, I understand.
Crystal Ann is only as faithful to Rob as her fucking options. And if you don't think some other guy came around with a $5,000 a month pension and a place, she would get rid of that guy in a fucking heartbeat, you're fucking out of control. She was doing it with guys in Australia.
I'm sorry, I found that funny. If you don't think you're out of control, I never heard that.
And the one thing I think that pissed off Crystal Ann is the Marzi girl situation. Marzi girl getting $20 and Rob and her, and couples I'm sure do that, but like, how much did we make tonight? $7, but Marzi was on our panel and got 20. I mean, that's gotta burn them.
God, that makes me feel guilty.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a hard. I don't think anybody should get.
Well,
upset
she
about
sent
it.
a scathing text to Bob about it the day after, so it was an issue, and that's got to be demoralizing,
Really? I don't
And,
know.
here's the thing that I look at it like this. Not every show is Crab Legs Friday where you see Jim 25, 50. I've done shows where I've made nothing. Now, granted, we do a lot of shows, and people are paying $30 a month, so I don't expect them to put in extra every show. But I mean, that's kind of the part of it. If you're going to, even on YouTube, you're not going to make stuff every time, but you put them in the
double check, triple check. I'm on a panel. There's nobody else that would do that. Yeah, that's salty.
Well, you can see what they're into. You see what picture they use.
Yes, that was.
Well, if history means anything, the only one we know that has any direct sexual contact with anybody into transsexuals and into hermaphrodites would be Danielle. But I think she's busy at the gas station tonight.
Oh God, was that a pussy or a dick?
That was both. That was a pussy and a dick.
That was a pussy and a dick.
That's the same. That's the same picture that was used on Jonelle's, Johnny's, and now yours. And no, the one with your name was like a Latina, overweight Latina woman.
It was a transsexual shirt, love.
But this picture, I think this is Fumble because he's just so tickled about his hermaphrodite picture he's using. Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's all right. It's only
He's
the
sick.
third time in this whole time. I don't care.
His poor wife, man. This is what he spends his time doing, looking up pictures like that, saving them, and then going on people's. I would die if my boyfriend did that.
You can say that about us too, but when Jim would do it, like I would produce a little something and make it into a hardcore prank like the one with Johnny, and we have an audience that would like to see that. They're not getting anything for it. You know what I mean? That's
right. But Jim's not married with a wife in bed,
That's right.
You're exactly right with that bullshit.
Well, listen, I think that tells you, if you think, I believe that stuff's all salty. I don't think that's Fumble. I think that's salty.
Really? I have so many people that hate me. It could just be anybody, and I think it's
nope. Jim Fumble is pretty proud of this. Let me tell you.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. That he runs around saying he loves to porn. What fuck?
100%, Lacey.
Runs around
yep.
saying I love to porn bomb. Like,
he didn't outright say it, but he said it.
So Fumble likes chicks with dicks.
Ah, okay.
There you go, Johnny. Yep, he likes chicks with dicks.
Okay, so now it came out. Listen, if it was 3 times, then that's what he must be into. I don't know. Maybe that's
what I want you guys to kind of wrap your brain around here too. So their shows have been 5 hours, but let's just say that they do 4 hours a week, every Friday. Fumble Nuts. Right. So 4 hours every week times 52 is 208 hours a year. They're going to do a get together, a meetup group, 208 hours a year about us. Nothing else. Not really
true.
even making any money off us. At least if you're going to do it, get monetized and make a few bucks off us.
Wasn't it flattering?
What a bunch of idiots.
Flattering. I'm flattered to be talked about for free like that every week.
Listen, one thing I got from Lincoln, he always said, it doesn't matter. Let the haters talk. They're just talking. They're talking. They're talking. And it's just like, just let them talk. My name will
I mean, I'd wrap it around like this. That's 40 hours a week. That's 5 work weeks. 40 hours a week in another like day that they're spending on us every single year. Could you imagine if they put that, like if Betty Hayward put it in an application and like went to bartending school, for an example, and said, you know what, I'm going to do bartending, and for 250 hours a year, which isn't a lot, 5 hours a week, I'm going to bartend at the best hotel or the best bar, wherever in Orlando. She'd really make some money.
Yeah.
She would really probably make, and she'd have a trade, something she could probably do for the next couple years.
If she could put the phone down. Who wants a bartender that's on the phone watching YouTube making stupid, terrible videos?
Oh my God.
No charisma, can't talk, can't form a speech, tweaking out. Yeah, she'd
Lacey,
be great.
You were the best impersonator, man. That shit was some funny fucking shit.
I think Betty does have a quiet charisma about her. She doesn't have an over-the-top charisma like Jim, of course, the Mr. X. There is something about her that she does have a quiet charisma. I would even argue maybe more so than even BJ. It's like that slutty girl that you could just get some nudes for, bang once or twice, but you don't really have to tell anybody. Then hopefully she goes away, but she ends up putting a restraining order on you.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. You have a point.
That's
You've
how I
got
look.
to ask yourself this. What man would fight for 2 women, or how many women on here that hard if there wasn't something
right
there?
Which men are you talking about, and which women? Explain to me.
Fumble. Why would he fight so hard for his Betty? If somebody talks about her, why would he do that?
I think laying the pipe and Fumble are pretty close. And obviously, laying pipe is living with Betty at some, I'm sure she still maintains a residence at her parents' house, but I'm sure that she spends a lot of time. There's been a couple of times where he's been on panel with her. He said something funny, and she kind of looks over to her right, like he's not far out of the camera view, like they're both on at the same, maybe he's across the room or, down the hall or some shit. But, I think part of it, I think laying the pipe is with her. Which is.
So you think that's why, though, Jim? I think laying pipe.
I think he'd fuck her if he could. But if his buddy's in there, he just listen. I mean, look at the women he's been with. I mean, Betty Hayward is like a home run compared to that shit.
Well, I know, I agree, and he's not into this like they are. He's not into fighting for his woman like Fumble Nuts is.
We discussed Fumble Nuts being almost 20, absolutely 19, certainly not high school age, hanging out with sophomores. He's obviously got some personal issues. Everybody does, but around women, self-confidence, lack of self-confidence issues. He's not a person who would go out and say, you know what? I don't know if I'm good enough, but I'm going to try to be the starting quarterback on this team. I'm going to try out for this team. I'm going to do 2-a-days. He would not do that. He has to go for inferior people, and he wants people to love him. This is my thesis on him. He wants people to like him and to love him. So he's got to find anybody that he can at the moment, and he'll take them back.
The weakness.
To the detriment of his family, because he spends a lot of time backing up and defending white knighting these 2 women that he has no romantic connection or familial connection to, and to a detriment to his family. It takes away from them. They get harassed. Why? Why? What is there?
I have to say something. Hold on. Just hold the thought. Nick, I don't know why, but I just got 3 text messages from 3 different people, and they think you were behind that. I will come where you are and kick your ass, you little motherfucker.
Who?
I'm
Nick
nice
Malone?
to you.
Nick Malone?
Well, it's like he knew something was going to happen. I did see him in here, and then a porn bomb happened. It is weird. They have a group chat.
But him and I get along, though. Him and I saw.
Oh, he's a douchebag.
I'm having a hard time believing it, but 3 different people are thinking it. Nick, I swear to God.
Do we know him, Mr. X? How do we know him?
Oh, yeah. He's the guy who I talked about that lives in Alabama, who looks like Santa Claus. We called the packaging plant.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's that. Yeah, he said to come after him. We did, and he fucking ran and hid. He's a fucking bitch. Yeah. Oh, my God. You should see this guy's picture. He looks like Ron Tello, but older. But he's like 25 years younger. It's insane.
Yeah, he's got like a white Santa beard. Yeah, I remember him and I were talking back and forth on Reddit, and then I went to see what his Reddit thing was, like what he looked at, and he had ebony baddies on there. He was going to Reddit porn threads for black women, which is fine. He can do whatever he wants, but he's just a strange dude. He hates California, probably never been here.
I just texted him. I just asked him. You better tell me if it was
Whoa. You know his phone number?
Yeah, of course I do. I've been friends with him a long time.
She knows everybody's phone number.
I've got everybody's phone. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. I just because the way I know him, I believe him. He said it wasn't me. I believe him.
Here's another. You guys asked the question why. I think what happens is this, and like kind of back up your brain a little bit and go to the point where you see Betty Hayward on our show, you rewind the tape, and you see people like laying pipe when they were giving us money, or Ruben Sanchez when they were fans of the show. Maybe they were even talking to Betty Hayward back then. They want to do what we do. That's what it is. They want to get the girl. They want to have the girl on their panel. They want to do the funny shows and the pranks and all. So same thing with Salty Pancakes. They want to do what we do, but they don't want to put the time into it. It's the same thing as they're doing it, but and I've heard Ruben Sanchez go, "What's the difference? I mean, we do a show, they do a show. Why is they're worth 30 and our?" Here's the difference, Ruben Sanchez. Let's say both of us play basketball. We're going to try to play basketball for the varsity team. I'm in shape. I stay in shape. I eat healthy. I work out. You're a fat fucking slob. The reason they would take me and invest in me is because I'm a ready-to-go product, and I'm going to put the time in to make that team and other players better. You're not willing to do that. That's why your guys' shows suck. That's why you spend 5 hours a week, 208 hours a year only talking about us. When fucking Lane Pipe or whatever his name is, Fumblenuts, went across the country, he didn't take you guys along. He didn't go live from he went recorded, but he didn't go live. He didn't stop what he was doing. That's the difference. So there you go.
I see nothing about their show, even a pussy hair close to you and Jim's show at all.
It's not even close. Their editing's not close. Their production value's not close. I spend a couple hours before each show prepping each XNN show. And then I find things throughout the week. That's why you don't usually see me go on Janelle's or some other people's show, because I'm getting things ready. I spend more time probably, I don't know, putting up the backdrops than they do on their show. I mean, and that's just one small thing. Nobody asked me to do it. I want to do it. But that's the difference. We're not doing the same thing. I wonder to myself, why, man, it's not fair. Those two brothers out there that are doing that Stranger Things, why do they have a show on Netflix? They have Stranger Things. Those guys are dirtbags, but they got it. You know, I can understand being jealous of somebody. Those guys, those two brothers that did Stranger Things, yeah, I'm jealous of them, but I'm not going to make a show shit talking them 5 hours a week. I'm going to say, what did they do? How can I do it?
Right. That's right. Exactly. I agree with you. And that's the difference
between a loser like them and the success. And our success is minimal compared to those two brothers who are doing fucking Stranger Things on Netflix. You know,
somebody just messaged me, and maybe they hang on Leanne's words. Leanne, tell me about the conversation where you told Crystal Ann, "We'll just leave, so you can have Jim Terry because your show's doing well." Tell me about that conversation. What was her response to that? Fuck Jim Terry. Somebody just messaged me. They're like, "Wow, that's a big revelation. She needs to elaborate on that call." Because I didn't call you, Leanne, and tell you. I called her and told her. So she must have ran and told you. And then you said, you know what I mean? Right after I talked to her.
She might be having connection issues. She'll be back, I'm sure.
She got issues.
Yeah, she left.
Oh. No, Leanne's, I didn't believe it. Like when you were explaining about Leanne, Watcher, and Crystal, I was like, no. And especially Leanne, I was like, no.
I just was like, yeah. I was just like, it's gonna happen. There's gonna be a show. There's gonna be monetization. It's gonna be just like when she started her first show. She wasn't.
I'm gonna tell you where shit's gonna get crazy around here is when Jonelle moves in with that girl on the 25th and puts that camera.
Jim, please don't mess that up.
What girl is she moving in with?
Some coworker of hers.
Oh, geez.
Here's what I believe is going to happen. I think this coworker thinks Jonelle's some big podcaster. And she's like, well, you could come move in with me. And I think Jonelle's going to go there. And like a month later is not, really going to make enough to really keep ends meet unless they get some second job. And I think Jonelle, I don't know who this girl is, but I mean, listen, I can only imagine that whoever is going to bring Jonelle in as a roommate and believes her bullshit has got to be fucking nuts. So I'm counting down the days.
That is a true statement right there.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts. But I can't imagine. Imagine having a roommate and having a camera in there. It's like.
Well, I don't think it's set up yet. I think she's going to be like, hey, I could make big money on this if I put this camera in my room. And then what will happen is she'll have the girl come on the show a couple of times. We'll warm her up. We'll lube up the deal. And then just slide it right in the back door.
Jim, don't fuck.
Now we'll be saving that girl's head.
You're gonna fucking leave her homeless. Come on.
Oh my God, I can't.
I don't want to see Jonelle homeless.
No,
I don't either.
No,
that lady. Listen, Jonelle's got a real crack at being relevant here.
Leave the roommate alone. Let's just leave it alone.
No, I think the roommate thinks that this is how Jonelle makes a big living. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
I don't know. Couch at Jonelle's.
God.
Casting couch. Let's see. Come on.
My favorite part of the show the other day was I said, Jonelle, stand up and give us a side view. And she stood up and she had like a hunchback.
Aw, God.
This.
She looks good with the hair shaved,
does.
I have to say. She looks clean cut.
So I'm looking up some information in Orlando. It's about $500 to go to bartending school, and it takes about 40 hours of training. I mean, Betty Hayward could have that in a month.
I hope she does. She could make some money, She's a little loose.
I thought it was, which one of you, maybe it was Watcher of Crazy, said they believe she's getting a stipend per month from her dead grandmother.
It wasn't me. I believe that those parents keep her safe by just keeping her in the house. They probably have gone through the process of, hey, we're going to bail her out. Hey, she's been with men. That hasn't worked. Then she, and I think this is another thing that needs to be taken into consideration. I think Fumblenuts is smart enough not to fuck over Betty Hayward too much, because Betty Hayward's the kind of person that keeps receipts, and she will file a restraining order on you. Look what she's done to the other men in her life.
Good
so
point.
I don't think that Fumblenuts would do that to her.
Good point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Janelle and Michelle look like sisters with the new haircut. That's what Sofa said.
Oh my God.
Nobody's heard from Michelle. I mean, is she alive? Thank God. I mean, Jesus.
No, I haven't heard from her.
Oh my God. I thought you said no, she's not alive.
Oh.
There was something that I learned.
I haven't heard from her.
I was like, no. I'm like, okay. Interesting about you that you were the only one to get a double major in theater, and what was the other thing?
Writing.
In writing, that's it.
Yeah.
Quite impressive. Yeah.
And I got an AA as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Idaho farmer.
It's not a big deal.
Idaho. Hey. Well, you were the only one who did it, right?
Well, I was the only one in the up to that point in the school's history ever to do that. I don't know if anybody's done it since. And then on top of that, there was nobody else who played athletics and was also involved in a theater program. Like, there's no athlete that's going and doing, theater.
Right.
Yeah, that's just unheard of. And then in commercials at the same time, it's just not I mean, nobody did that. I know it sounds like either you play basketball or you're in theater. The theater guys are nerds. The basketball player did both.
Right.
You know,
you can't do both. Right.
Or they'll just do it for 1 or 2 years, then they're gone. They don't graduate.
See, we can count on Dale. He just said in Jonelle's live, he's coming soon. So Dale is reliable.
Thank you, Dale. Well, Jonelle told me she don't know what time, whatever this night, and she put up her cam or some shit. I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but there ain't nothing on it. It's just a blank cam. But she said to me that, hold on, Nick, I'll get back to you. He's not close yet. I don't want to hold you up any longer. Sorry, it's up to you. I had a feeling it would be a little bit, wonky. I didn't think it really was going to happen, but.
What happened? What's going on? What I miss?
No, her man was supposed to come, and he was going to be on the show here tonight with us.
Whose man? Jonelle?
Jonelle's man. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
So, yes, you did. I asked you. I said I wanted you to be here.
I didn't know Jonelle's man. I don't remember you telling me this. That's crazy.
Yeah. She's on the porch waiting for him. Are you fucking with us, Dale? He said she's on the porch.
There's on the porch waiting?
Because there's balconies there.
All right. Well, she is. Anyway, he might, an hour ago, she said an hour. This text was a while ago, so he might pop up any minute. I don't know. I'll stay on a little bit longer.
What porch, Dale?
Whose porch? Shelly's
Jonelle's.
Shelly's porch?
Does she have a porch?
Yeah, they all have porches. Little like outside the hotel room. Yeah, they're like it looks like a motel.
Oh, that's probably where they. I'm sure they got some out there that stand with the robe half open, naked, with a vodka bottle.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah, that would be me.
Hey, Jim. Dale Sneeze saying that she's at her hotel room and her live is on. Her
it's just
camera's
an
on.
empty thing. It's just an empty.
Let me go look. Hold on.
Yeah. The last I looked. But, that would so be Lacey. I want to. I would love to be that. Hey, Mr. Trash Man or whatever.
When I stayed at the Ronald McDonald House, I heard stories about before they banned alcohol there. They used to have daiquiri machines at the Ronald McDonald House in Memphis. And there was it was an incident. There was a woman that was reported for prostituting out of her room, and she opened the door naked with a vodka bottle. And and that's where kids go to get cancer treatments.
No.
Yes, yes.
That Ronald McDonald. Listen, I'm out of it.
Oh my God.
She thought she was opening it up for the guy, and it was actually the woman that runs the house.
So here it is. Here's the live look. I told her to put it more in the corner so we can see the entire thing, not just the couch in the front door. Like I wanted her to put it way so we could see like everything in that living room. You know what I mean? But that's where she's got it. She did it. Either that or she should, because what would be interesting is I think she's with him right now. He just doesn't want to be on camera.
It can be. I hope he comes here because we got lots of questions. What
are your questions? What do you want to ask him?
I want to know how they met. I want to know what they do.
Ask me. I know all the answers to these questions. See if I get them right. Go ahead.
No. Okay. Right. I want to know how they met.
How they met? You want to know how they met? I'll tell you how they met. Online. I guarantee it was online.
Okay. And I think that he gets off on her farting in his face. I have a
Oh my God.
Whoa. Where are you getting that from?
I just know it. It's in my gut. He's one of those. And I don't know.
She one of those?
Meet him. I just
She can shit her pants like that on demand?
Well, listen, she does. She lets out. She has a loose asshole.
Okay, you obviously know way more about her than I do. I'll be back.
Help me, God, help me.
And I'm not being mean. It's just like the minute I see him, I'll just have questions. I just want to know. And they've been together 5 years, and and that's every time she would say she has sexy night. Now I know who it is, what she meant, that she had sexy night. I just thought she was hooking up with some random dude. Now I know it's not a random dude. So now I get to meet him. Now I did tell her he looked older than what she says he is.
She's coming. Hey, traveling fools. She's
He's
coming
older.
though.
He's an older guy. He's not her age or anything.
No, but the age she said he was, he looks a lot older though, X, to me. I don't know. I forgot how old.
Well, and he lives in Pahrump, which is kind of a weird area.
What is that? What is Pahrump?
Pahrump is an area on the outskirts of Las Vegas. It's known for having the Chicken Ranch brothel. It's just, you have to, and it's not like Henderson outskirts or Summerlin. Like, it's way out there. It's like an hour away.
Nevada, prostitution is legal, right?
Yes, it is. But it's just, there's no whorehouse like that in Las Vegas because technically not legal in that section. But, it's just, they'll have weird fireworks stores out there. Great fireworks stores.
It just made me think if somebody called on her saying she was prostituting, isn't it legal?
Yeah, but I mean, and no, I don't want to be disrespectful, but if you could go on the website of Chicken Ranch Brothel and see who's working, and it's a higher end.
No. I understand what you're saying. No, I'm sorry. I was talking about two different. No, I get what you're saying. I've been to Vegas. I didn't go to a whorehouse. I should have visited it. But
what are you, chickens in a brothel?
But I'm saying, no, wait a minute. But Jonelle, somebody called on Jonelle for prostituting. I'm trying to understand if it's legal. It just hit me. If it's legal there, why?
So, okay, let me explain how this works. Las Vegas is very weird this way. The Clark County or the sections of Paradise where the Strip is at, it's prostitution's technically illegal. It is illegal.
Okay.
But, however, in these places like the Caesar's Palace or whatever, the higher end places, unless they are the prostitutes are pushing customers away, bettors away, or being a problem, nobody would ever police it in a casino because men go to Las Vegas and you find out, oh, there was a sting in Caesar's Palace. Let's not go there. You know what I mean? That would never happen. So it's not really.
What about the whorehouses? There's no more of them anymore?
On the outskirts of those areas where the Strip is at, way out in Pahrump, or there's one in Reno called the Bunny Ranch, which is the more famous one. That's the one you guys. So Bunny Ranch is the famous one. Chicken Ranch is the one that's the lower level one. That's the one that Heidi Klum almost took over with that guy. There was a whole docu-series on it. That's how I know about it.
Could you imagine? I used to watch those shows in where they would let you in, like, I don't know, it was like a reality show a long time ago about going into the Bunny Ranch and stuff. Now, if somebody said to you, do you want to go to the Bunny Ranch or the Chicken Ranch? Man, you already know the quality of the bunnies are going to be much better than the chickens.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I've never been there. I've gone to the website. Like, I'm looking at the website right now.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to show you the website? There's no nudity on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I
want to get a bucket of wingless.
I'm going in a rabbit hole now. After I get off, I'm going to be Googling myself.
Bucket of boneless chicken, Chicken Ranch.
Okay. I mean, that's what it looks like. It's just in the middle of the desert. It looks like just like a house, like a place that you'd go and do real estate at or something like that.
Oh my God, it looks like when I was in Vegas, all those signs were there.
No, it's way on the outskirts of Las Vegas. It's way on the end. There's nothing like this inside of Las Vegas because the city, the Strip, it's illegal there.
Right,
chicken ranch brothel, like chicken ranch dressing and broth, right?
Ranch dress. I'm sure they use ranch dressing, but I want to know: are there pictures of the girls? What did they show you?
Well, I don't know. I'd want to go through the site, but they used to back in the day. They used to say, "Here's who's working this week." You know what I mean?
Legs coming out of an egg.
Down, but here, let me show you something else real quick.
Yeah,
I'll pull it back up again.
Lesbian Inn.
Is Jonelle at the Lesbian?
Yes, I've been to the Lesbian Inn.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that real?
See that? See where it says Las Vegas? There's like it's like on the corner of the map there, and it says Trump, and it's got a heart. You could see how far that is away. That's probably a good hour drive. It's not near the Las Vegas Strip.
Wow. So he does live far from her.
Whoa.
Yes, that would be very far. Now, most of the people that I would think that would be, if that's true about Jonelle, would just do that, just meet people in casinos.
Can we go?
Wait, X. Can we go? What is it? The legendary of the chicken? What is this? Couples?
This is a contents of what the page is about.
Go
Yes,
to number
tell us.
5.
What? Yeah, I can't see it. Norma vagina.
I don't know what this is going to be. There might be nudity here. I don't know what's going to be on here.
Oh, I wanted
You want me to
to
take it down
know.
and look at it? Which one do you
No,
want me to go to?
just
5?
read it.
Number 5.
Number 5. Read it. Norma vagina, young and old.
No, it says
Virgins.
nervous virgins.
Oh, virgin. Oh, I thought it was Norma's vagina. I was like, who's Norma?
Let me click on it before I see what's here.
Yeah.
I need to know this.
Oh, I
this
love
is
this.
great.
See, this is interesting to me.
That is a book. The book
Oh,
is a $20 book that offers a glimpse into the world of the chicken ranch brothel through the lens of the personal review by clients. For over 4 decades, the experience of connections between clients and courtesans remained largely confined to secondhand, yada yada. I mean, so that's a book.
Okay. Just the way they worded things, I was just like, what? I can't see.
So-
Fuck, I wish I had laser surgery so I could see.
They give you all this information like, okay, if you're one of these, come here and we'll fix you.
Yeah, wait, let me see. I gotta
Because
look
it's
up.
nervous, old, and young. Okay, so I can come here and I can bust my cherry.
Yep, and you could get old.
I've heard of fathers doing that for sons. Like, hey, listen, we're going
Oh,
to pay
no.
for you to go do this. Like the kid's 18, 19 years old. We're going to take you here for your first time. I've heard of that before.
That is disgusting to me.
No.
I would never. I would cut
Oh.
my man's fucking. He'd be dead.
Can you go to
I
the
just
reviews?
looked up Bunny Ranch, and it's a 4.5. They got a 4.5 review. It says, "Love Harley, wife and I."
wow.
Wife and I visited her during the street vibrations weekend, and all I could say is, "Wow." Her and wife played so well together. It was really good
Oh
vibe.
my God.
Her energy was on point and her body is amazing. Only regret is not spending more time with her. She was worth every cent and then some. Thank you again, Harley. Hope to be back soon. Oh, Harley.
Sounds like
Oh, girl.
bringing their dogs on a play date.
Yes,
My God.
That's what it is. Like, if you know that first of all, these women get tested. They have to, it's
Yes.
regulated by the government. You're not going to have anybody come in there and beat you up or anything like that. There's rules. And I guess some of these people that are swingers, if you have you and your wife, if you're a guy and she wants to do that, there you go.
I see nothing wrong with it. I've never seen it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it either. I personally wouldn't do it, but I think that would solve a lot of problems.
It probably would, but unfortunately, the ones I've known, it's always broken their relationship up, X.
I'm talking about just like, the people out there that are committing crimes. Like, if that was legalized, and I think the women would be safer and the men would be less likely to commit crimes of passion, is what I'm saying. By the way,
Abby Road,
65 miles away from where Janelle's at.
Look at Abby. You go, girl. She's a bunny.
There you go. See, and then it says, okay, they're working this time. Here's what they're willing to do.
We have a plus size, beautiful. Okay.
Lacey H should get into this. She could be making fucking 16 grand a week.
Here's the 1980s.
I don't want a sore muff.
Vagina.
Clark County and Washoe County, it's illegal.
Okay.
What if someone comes in there, they're hung like a bull, and nobody wants to fuck them, so they come there and they're like, I want that one.
Well, if you were in that scenario, you could say what you're comfortable with, and then that way you can say, no, I don't want to do that. And if you were in a hotel room in Las Vegas and it was wide open, you would be in a real tough situation. But this is protected. There's security there. You have your own room. It's a lot safer for the women.
Right.
You could say, no, I'm not going to do that.
Tested.
Like what Arkansas does is way more dangerous. Seriously.
Yeah. Yes. Way more. I think they could push a button and there's somebody in there. You could say, no, I'm not. I can't do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Else in the back and they ain't
and Lacey, you can specialize in like buttholes or something.
Oh yeah, of course. That's all I'm into.
Some girl just had her visa canceled coming to Australia because she wanted to fuck 100 18-year-olds.
Oh.
Look, there was just a
my God.
I said I was talking about OnlyFans, and she did 100 guys in one day, and it was just, I don't know. And now her thing is 1,000. Now you know what? That just said Janelle, but it didn't look like her, and I just booted because it didn't look like her. It didn't. I don't think it said her name. I'm not sure. I don't know what the fuck's happening right now.
Buku.
We're
Two
talking
buku.
Traveling Fools, how you doing?
Yeah, traveling fools.
I was
I
too
wanted
busy
to.
thinking about the bunny ranch. My brain is all mush right now. It's
So
just-
one time, I've told this story before. I'll tell it one other time. But Jim, myself, and it's the only time in Dr. Bailout, we went to Pahrump. Not for the chicken ranch brothel. I've never seen it in person. I've never been up to it. That's in the desert. It looks like Palmdale, like a less dense Palmdale. And they have a really good fireworks store. Like the best fireworks store out there. So I was trying to do pyrotechnic shots where I'd put all these sprinklers behind me and I'd dress up as a rock star and look like I was in a rock star or like a rock concert, like that Final Countdown video. So I was looking for white fireworks, like white sprinklers that would come out. And I found them there. It was actually, the one was called Four Horsemen, believe it or not. That was the name of it. But I bought them, and I think I still have some of the Roman candles and stuff. They have the best fireworks out there.
Hold
They got
on. It was
just
her.
weird
Sorry,
shit.
I'm listening.
Anyways, that's it. I'm wondering if that store's still there. And it's
Okay,
a weird
hold on,
place.
guys. Hold it down.
Isn't there one that's like an alien themed one? Area 51 brothel or something?
I don't know. That would be the opposite way from Vegas.
Really? I think there's an Area 51 cat house or something like that. Let me see.
I'm
We're
trying
not
to
holding
unblock Jonelle. Hold
In
on.
Vegas?
Alien Cat House Brothel. It's in Amargosa Valley, Nevada.
I don't know.
Armagosa. It is, let's see. It's about 15 minutes from Vegas. Let's see. What happens when I go there? About. How do I. What's the prices? 500 an hour? Or 2K for an hour? What? There's aliens in boxes.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some goofy shit out there. I mean, they were testing atomic bombs not too far from Pahrump. I mean, in the 50s. That's a weird area out there. You know.
Let's see.
Yeah, I found this place. I think this is the one that we went to. I don't know if Bellevue's still here or not, but this place here had, and I think this is it. I'm fairly sure that this was it, but this was like a candy store of fireworks. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. There it is right there. Jim, is that it? I think that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like none of this stuff is you can't get any of this in California. So the idea is you buy it and then you take it to California.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's it. Anyway, you get the point. I remember it was real clean. It's 75 miles each way to get fireworks from Vegas. It's kind of out of the way. Armagosa is near Pahrump. Look at Lambrow. She knows everything about it. It's an Indian name.
About the alien cat house?
That I never even heard of that. I don't know. The only two that I've ever really heard of are the two famous ones, Chicken Ranch and then the Bunny Ranch. One's in Pahrump, one's in Reno. Because they had like documentaries on them and shows about them. And Heidi Klum was trying to help the guy bring in like huge clients from Los Angeles to that place. But the truth is, like, these guys that are like, I mean, let's just not bullshit here. The guys that are like Tiger Woods, they can get the tens in Las Vegas. Why the fuck would you drive out there? You know what I mean? Yes, I have Idaho Farmer. I know Tom. Tom knows who I am. I have been to it. He gave me a free tour of it. He's a great guy, very talented artist. Yes, I know him very well. I think I was there in 2019. I want to work with him on something. He was going to build me a costume, and him and I were working out prices. But yes, if you were to say what my real name is to him, he knows who I am. Yes, and I've been there before. The museum's pretty cool, and he does autograph signings. He has horror movie celebrities. He makes movies himself. He's a really, really good guy. Like, I can't say enough good things about that guy. No, he would pay. That was all revealed, Sofa, when he got busted.
Yeah, but
And his wife and all that. No, he would pay. And they would say, like, what kind, blonde, so what kind of woman he would like. It was very particular, too.
how many whores did you fuck? Remember, yeah. There was an episode where they made fun of that. She's chasing around beating him with a golf club. How many whores did you fuck?
Right. It's craziness.
All right, I fucked up. I don't know. It really was her. I went into YouTube Studio. I don't see her name. I went into StreamYard. I can't find her to unblock her. I don't know.
Oh, Belle.
It was her. Well, listen, I was a little gun shy. I was a little dick shy, pussy shy.
What happened?
Because I thought Jonelle came up.
Hang on.
But it didn't look like her name. So I thought it was just.
Why don't you make these people show themselves?
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, all right.
Or put up an overlay until they speak.
Yeah, that's too much for me. You're probably right. Just show yourself. He had some weird picture. I don't fucking know.
So, Belle.
Yeah.
Is it under, do you have it under Vegas Girl or Jonelle?
I don't know what the fuck she's under. It came up a different name. I don't know what.
Because there's one in the ban list that says Vegas Girl.
Then unban it. Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't see Jonelle. I don't see Joe and Jim. I don't see Joe and Marzi. I don't see nothing. I'm sorry. She sends me a message. What the hell, Belle? Like I did it on purpose.
Who's torturing a fucking dog?
Yeah, who's kicking their dog? Who is that?
No, it's my damn little dog whining at me. Wants a treat.
Aww. You puppy dog wants a treat. You have to hear all this insanity. Deserves it.
Tell her to try now and see.
Okay, now she's mad. You didn't even check to see if it was me. Jesus Christ. It was a fucking mistake. Like, we gonna have more fucking drama over this bullshit?
She does that shit all the time, so.
Just come on, try again. Get over it. See, this is the shit wouldn't upset me if somebody blocked me by accident or thought it was me or whatever. Who gives a fuck? I even threw myself off panel to try to
tell her not to get her panties in a knot. Good God.
Save the panties in a knot till you get on panel. Please. Thank you very much.
You ever hear about the chicken?
She does get angry too fast.
What about the chicken?
There's Mike the Headless Chicken. He lived 18 months without his head. You ever heard about that?
No.
What?
Yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah, he was going to be slaughtered. They cut his head off at the right angle, and it left something.
How could he do that without water?
They would feed him with a little dropper, and then one day, and then one day he choked on a piece of kernel, but he had no head.
I don't mean to laugh. That's so funny. He choked on a kernel, but he had no head.
He had like the thing, like the tube, or I don't know. Yes. Mike the Headless Chicken. It's real.
We're gonna have to look this up. Jim, how's the turkey doing? Is he still pecking people?
How's that lady? Is her husband alive?
Jim, the turkey.
What?
The aggressive turkey.
Yeah, the aggressive. He had a show on a turkey that was terrorizing New Jersey.
Oh, the turkey lady.
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah, her husband got sick or something like that, and she made up all kind of excuses. Then we had to pivot.
Yeah, I just wondered
every time.
If anybody found the turkey, got the turkey or whatever. Jonelle, really, it was just a mistake. I got the same porn bomb you did earlier, and your name isn't the same. The pitch. Oh, you know what? Maybe it was the hat that threw me. It could have been the hat. I pressed it, but it didn't say Jonelle. I don't think. Do I have a rogue mod? Do I?
I don't know.
Farmer?
No.
Oh, is he just fucking with me? Okay. So yeah.
So did you did you ban that person from the StreamYard?
Yes. I banned from the StreamYard.
And what was the name?
Oh God, you want me to fucking remember? I don't fucking remember. It just didn't look like her. I said, that's not Jonelle. And why wouldn't she be on camera or whatever? Maybe she had a different hat on. I'm not, look, she's bald now. What do people want from me? Jesus Christ. And then now I just told her, try again.
Yeah. Because there was a Vegas girl in there and I unblocked that one.
It didn't say Vegas girl though.
Uh-oh.
That. That's okay. Whatever. Look, it is what it is. If she comes, she comes. You got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to get here. If not, then thank you. And I
put the timer on.
I don't know. I know. Put the timer on. No, really, I was so much into that bunny ranch that I couldn't help myself. Like I've always wanted to visit. Like I don't want to do anything. I just want to go and observe. I just want to watch everything go down, and how they meet the customers. Do they really like you seen in the docus, whatever the fuck you call it? They'd have girls like lined up, and like the guy would pick like who he'd want.
I don't think it's like that.
Not like that, no.
I think, what I've seen on the documentary is that it's like a bar. It's like almost like a living room bar, and you hang out there, and then I don't know how you choose.
Okay.
It's almost like you're walking into a house and you're like in a living room, but there's also a place to order drinks.
So maybe
and then you tell them what you want.
Show. Just so everybody knows, she said no, she's good. I blocked her. So, Jonelle, don't start your shit with me, please.
Oh my God, get off. Okay.
Okay, so maybe they just did it for the show. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but I've always understood it was like a bar that you hang out at. And it's almost like I said, like a club or a bar, and then women are walking around like at a strip club, and then you say, "Hey, okay," and then you figure out whatever you're going to figure out, or you know what you're going to do before you get there.
It's so cute. You figure out what you're going to figure out. You're going to see who you're attracted to. That's what you're going to do.
Right, like at a bar or at a club, and you say, "Okay," and instead you got to make a negotiation. That's the difference.
Oh! You don't pay. You pay.
So it's like a dude, you're sitting down with a chick, you're at a bar or a club, like I keep saying, and chick walks up to you, you meet different women, or you just have a couple drinks, and then you say, okay, hey, I want to go back to your room. And they have their own individual bedrooms. Okay. And then you say, okay, well, I want to do this. And it becomes like a business transaction. Like, okay, well, this costs this if you want to do this.
Jim, call her.
That's how I understood it.
No, it's okay. No, Lacey.
I waited weeks for this.
Well, we could do it another night. I mean, I've been on 3.5 hours almost. I was waiting for her. It was a mistake. If she can't understand it, tomorrow she'll calm down. We could do it again. I've been waiting weeks.
Well, wait more weeks.
But
there's no reason to get upset over that. She does it all the time.
I know. Yeah. She does it intentionally. I just
buck up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
Suck it up, Buttercup. All right, guys, listen. I do have to go because my back is fucking going. I love and adore you all. Thank you. It was a great show.
Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely, X. Thank you. Jim, thank you. Johnny. Jim, I think, is probably passed out sleeping or something. Crazy Brat, Lacey, and Johnny sleeping.
Have a good night, everyone.
I'm right here, Belle. Thank you, Belly.
Good night, everyone.
You're welcome. Love you guys. Thank you so much.